the night. So cold rocket dreams, resilience in the fold. Hedge pressurizing, the charts are bold. Daily bands rapping, stories untold. Riding with rockets through the AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Treading on, the pulse ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Trees of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with their AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, checking the charts. Midnight glory. Sanctuary in all its blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
Howdy, y'all. Good morning, Simon Dean, Fraser, Bulks Part, PB, DWG, Aiden, Trevor, Aid, Emery, MV. What's up? Good morning. Green Bulls, Ty Turner, DG, Flint, Farina, Bruce, Lee, DSL, Nat, Luke and Hepcat. What's up, Trady? What's up? What's up, man? All right, everybody reading down the list. Morning. It's a trap and retest. Are we on another wave up? Looks like it. Looks like we're on the way up. Upper DD bands almost at the start of the day. Pretty lovely setup. Is there Pickle? Pickle's downstairs. Ryan, you know that. He's going to be coming later this afternoon. Oh. Hold on, let me give me all my stuff here. Today, this afternoon, we have boot camp coming back to wrap up the Trader Funding Program Masterclass. Y'all don't want to miss that. Bootcamp is free if you use Rocket Scooter. All right, friends. So we're at October Triple B 1718 on VIX is exactly what we were hoping to see as the market gets back to trying to stabilize itself, get itself on the right side of things. Good morning, friends. Don't forget to smash that like button out the door like you always do. Best market alpha in the game. Day in and day out, I see new influencers, new streamers, new faces, everyone out there trying to make a name for themselves in trading. Trying really hard to sell you some affiliate codes and this and that. You know, I don't see consistency. I don't see someone going out there consistently crushing the markets like you guys do. That's why we're all in the same spot. I feel like all the winning traders in the audience is you guys are the winningest. Y'all sound so smart. Other people's streams I ever tune in just sound like they don't have a clue. Which is why I like hanging out with y'all. Y'all might think y'all are hanging out with me every morning, but I have a good time hanging out with y'all. My favorite thing in the world is to hang around like-minded folks while I do my job. And I feel like I'm smarter because y'all are smart. That's why we're on path to become the biggest. Like, this is the nerds world, guys. This is where the jocks don't win, it's where the nerds win in the end. Good morning. You notice I have many levels on my VIX. Oh yeah, I leave them there for the boot camp. Sorry, yeah, I don't listen to, like, you know, I mean, don't pay attention to my charts. I leave them there so that I can study them or talk about them when I'm teaching, like as an example. What the heck is going on here? Weird, look, VIX just disappeared. Okay. That's odd, okay. Let me try that again. All the candles disappeared. There we go. Yep, I leave them there. So whenever I go through the examples, I don't have to redraw them. So whenever I'm teaching people, I could say, you know, like, remember one time VIX was above Triple B and like this is the example, and I will click that. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. Let me show you my charts. That might be helpful. Oops. Like, I'll leave them all on there because I'll talk about them. If I'm talking about this month, I'll highlight it so that it's blue, and then I'll say, you know, this is the one we're looking at, and then I can walk through it. But yeah, don't they mean nothing? Well, they could mean something also. That was another reason I started keeping history of them, just because at one point in time, could we see a pattern? Could we see a distribution pattern? You know, like as years of doing this, I have multiple Thinkorswim accounts. I have probably like 7 or 8 years of Triple B data on this Thinkorswim account that I started using to focus on. That way I can keep my other Thinkorswim account that I occasionally would use to trade with before I switch to Webull for options. I use another Thinkorswim account, so that way I could keep this account fresh just for charting. I switched on, looks like 2022, I switched to a new Thinkorswim account. But if I go to my other account, combine the two, oh dude, it's like Triple B galore. There's lines all over the place. And my goal was, can we see, is there like a distribution? My assumption is that it would be a bell curve. You know, like if you were to look, turn your head to the side, there'd be some kind of like sort of distribution about how like it's thinner up here and then thicker somewhere in the middle. What was your average VIX? And then can we make a determination of, you know, below here, it's extra bullish, above here, you know, like some kind of sort of distribution pattern with enough lines. You turn your head to the side like this and be like, oh, there's like a bell curve there, you know. Yeah, so, you know, and I thought it'd be kind of cool just to visually have the history of that and see, or do other levels sometimes become resistance, like the excursions? An example is, you have a big crazy month like this and some Triple B with the next month, would it even be important? As we've seen residual resistances take place off of like previous days, DD bands and MHP still, you know, tap the next day. Could this create some kind of thing? And as you see, VIX is pretty much like, there's not really a lot of evidence of a lot of, you know, it seems to be pretty randomly, sporadically distributed, at least with, this is like with 3 years of data between, you know, 22 and 15 or 13, right? This is where it all is. Doesn't seem to be any thicker down here than it is up here. Inside of the mean seems to be like this block. You know what I mean? Like, so when I tell people like what's good for VIX futures, I usually get the number 22 from. I always say like, what's a good VIX? I usually say about 20 to 22 is that the peak of like normal VIX. This is where the normal is. You see like, even in the days where we had good, nice bull months, you know, hits about 20, 22. That's about where the limit we've seen. And then up here it gets like wiry and sporadic. So I've always considered 22 to be my magic number. Is, yeah, we're probably bearish. Seem to be a good estimate. So when triple B is above 22, then you're going to have some shit months. So if you go back to every single time triple B is above here, look at this. You have April of this year, check, right? February of this year, yeah, check. August of last year, yeah, check. Right. So when you get these, and then here's an example. August of 2022, yeah, that was a bad month. And your triple Bs are like 22, 23 and all that. This is the when we had that kind of like mini recession. So anytime your triple Bs are above 22, that's usually about where the market's sort of like pooping on itself. So other than that, yeah, no real reason to have all of it on there. Sort of just figured, you know, over time. That's a big, beautiful, that's the big, beautiful bill, baby. Originally, we called it bull bear breakpoint. And that was just like, it's kind of a bad name for it because, and honestly, the VIX has nothing to do with bull or bear, as the math implies, you know, that VIX is unrelated to the unrelated directly to the underlying index price. It's related to the options, and VIX can go up even in a bull market when you're short squeezing. It's a bad name for it, but it's stuck because we've been calling triple B for years. It's more, you know, contango midpoint was a mouthful and people were like, well, what's contango? So bull bear breakpoint's bearish up here, bullish down there usually. Then it got the point across. So I did make some longs overnight. I'm up $4 already. As you guys know, the market sort of like opened, wicked, dipped, broke there, and I just jumped in on the long. We're breaking highs, and that's pretty much it. That was in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts. Simple there. We have hit the you guys know on the impact lines, the impact line of the previous sell-off is right here. This is the resistance. We draw these so that way, you know, this is one of my classes. We teach the 6735. It's been sitting here for a couple of days. Look how beautiful my calculations are. That's that first pivot, and it looks like it's sold off pre-market. Interesting. Off of that, you'll learn this in your illiquidity pivots class on how to do that calculation, and just walked right up to it to rebalance that day's imbalance. So that's it. If there is a resistance, at least in the general sense of the bigger trend, it's there. That's it. It's there or nowhere. DD band would be the next resistance if there is one. Looks like the bull market-ish is back. Be careful. Hold on. Make sure something's right here. Sometimes they pick the white instead of gray. It makes it look thicker. Where's big boy? Where the heck is October? Don't tell me I deleted the October one on accident. Oh my word. Did I delete it earlier? Oh, I'm fired. Unless I forgot to change the name. No, it's here. Hold on, wait. Did I delete it? What's up? What's up, Ryan? You're just being funny. All right. Was it 1718? Hold on. I'm fired. Yeah, I deleted it myself. I had one job, you guys. That was it. Okay. There it is. Okay, so we're there, right? We're there right now, which is good. Now, we'd like to see it plow through it. So today is going to be that deciding factor. Do we set the tone of the week to be bullish? I like to think so. You guys remember my speech earlier in the year is that we're going straight to 7,000 S&P, probably 8,000 before the end of next year. Yeah, so we're going to go up to, by the end of next year, about 8,000, I think, without even stopping. That's what I said when whenever tariff stuff evened out, it's like, well, that's where we're going. We had one scare right about here where it was like, okay, bull market could be over, be careful. Right, that's it. And then we had a couple of scares earlier, but we never lost all three greater market indicators. Everything still pretty much stayed bullish throughout here. We lost monthly maps. We lost CD ratio. We didn't lose MHP. That's why the greater bull market is 3 indicators, and that you can see we're still pushing up. We're not crashing. You need all 3 of those things to flip bearish for me to be a bear. So even in the last 2 weeks, y'all have evidence. Y'all are with me every day. Y'all never saw me saying, yep, bear market's back, right? It was like, it's almost there. It's almost there. And then here we're hitting MHP and bouncing, right? I only took a short, I think 1 time, and it was overnight, and it was that day. I think that's when I shorted. I've still been long in this thing to great success. I'm on this massive, I don't know, 3-week winning streak. It's been great. Across the board, it's been 10 to 30K days for like 3 weeks. Like 1 losing day in the middle of it 3 weeks ago. So I've been having a great time. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button, friends. I would really appreciate that. Let's see what's going on in chat. Where's your coffee? Right here. It's also dishes day, so I don't have my skull coffee cup. I have my regular coffee cup. But just like everything in my life, this is black. My clothes are black. My shirt is black. My bracelets are black. My eyeglasses are black. My shoes are black. I look like that guy that just got off his motorcycle, head to toe. Black boots. I could wear more band t-shirts, but I feel like since I go on my funded TV, I should probably, since it's someone else's TV show, it probably wouldn't be the most appropriate thing to wear like a death metal shirt with like, non-professional imagery on it, skulls and blood and whatever. So my normal wardrobe when I'm going out consists of like normal looking clothes, but like my t-shirts and stuff, they all look scary to normies. So happy Monday. I am wearing a Miles Davis t-shirt today though. Even though this is, I'm a huge fan of jazz, even though Miles Davis is pretty damn metal himself. He was like, reinventing the genre and everything. Kind of weird to see my name on your shirt. Darren C. Davis. I'm telling you guys, man, just grab yourself an old fashioned, throw in a Breath of the Cool, just sit there and listen to it all night. Smoke a cigar, you'll have a good time. Even if you don't like jazz, man. Some good shit. Good morning, what's up? It's like some money today, baby, let's go. All right, 67.35. This is Impact Red Line. This is the first resistance we're gonna see against ES. I'm up about $4,000 to start the morning. Let me get you guys a little screenshot there of where I am. Nothing crazy. Add some longs. Bum 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 bum. Oops. Just long right out the door when we supported closer to overnight dynamic, which was here. Market basically open, gapped up, bounced off of yesterday's close, broke up the range, and I just jumped in on the long right there on some reds and then rode it up. 2 of them hit profit. When we bounced off a red line and fell into here, I decided to kind of like doing chill out now and do nothing. Red line is about this area here, so I'm going to wait, and I'm not drawing it on the screen, but I'm going to wait because I'm going to remember where that's going to be. That is the impact line, so I'm just kind of chilling. Wherever the pivot is today, I am longing wherever that pivot is back to DD band. So at least from here is 25 points to complete the move. I could just jump in on the long right now if I wanted to, just hold off on it, but we know that the half gap is roughly going to be a sizable distance. This is 160 points, so 80 points a dip is possible. 80 doesn't really make a lot of sense to make 50, so it's a less than 1-to-1 because the current gap up is so high. I don't want to be long at the open. If I miss out on this little bump, I miss out on this little bump. That's fine. S&P 35 points. Now again, one could take the long. You guys know what I teach you. Now, what do I teach you, class? If I were to go in here and long right here, just because I wanted to complete the move, a half gap is like this, what would I do? I want to take the long just because. Full port, that's exactly correct. That's the understanding condition, is all in, also mortgage your house, get extra money to do so. Yeah, small in, not all in, small in. The mods are trolling you guys to have fun. Small in instead of all in. What I would do is I would cut my position down by basically the factor of how upside down the risk to reward would be. An example would be if it's a 1-to-1 trade and I would normally take like, 2 contracts. If it's a 1-to-2 trade, then it's kind of like half of what I want it to be. I can always cut that down to 1. My stop loss also is a way to do this, is another way. It's to say, if I'm going to lose 10 points of stop, I'll do 2 contracts. But now if I'm going to lose 20 points of stop, I'll do 1. Double the stop, half the size. So in this particular instance, this is 15 points. So now I need to cut my position by 2/3, which is the inverse of 1 over 1.5, 3 halves, or 2/3. So if I did 2, I would normally do 1.3 minis, right? Something smaller, because if I hold 2 contracts for 15 points, right, it's the same thing as holding 2 contracts for 10 is the same as 1.3 for 15, right? So ratioing my contract down just to have something to survive this big dip, smaller position. So the risk to reward potentially being that we bounce off a half gap, which is much bigger than I'm comfortable holding. Just because I don't want to miss out on the big blast up, I would do something small. Now, just to demonstrate that, like, why the hell not? I could throw a sacrifice in there. I got all these zeros. Let's say if I start off today, if I want to try to get the final 25 points, because I'm just that bullish, and I just right now wanted to jump in on a long and do the math. This is exactly 35 points under, which means it's roughly 17 points to half gap. If I'm assuming that we're gapping up and that resilience is going to be greater than 0, remember getting 10 steps ahead, then I'm expecting this to draw down 17 points. If I throw 1 contract at this, right, that's going to be roughly about like $800, right, of downside. So I'm actually kind of cool with that, because if it's $800 to the downside, I can always double down, right here and then get a really strong long. So one of my contracts, just pre-market, right? Let's just do it. Pre-market, I'm going to grab 1 ES contract and demonstrate this. If it falls to there, 30 points at max, I lose $1,500 in 1 account. I'm still up for the day, which is fine. Okay, so the idea is it's $1,500 a drawdown all the way down to here. If it goes straight up, then I just made the money. If it falls all the way down the half gap, I'm going to long in a couple of more. Right? Not just here, but other accounts. And if it falls to here, I'm going to long in a bunch of others. And then I'm going to pull the trigger and stop if we hit the close and go down. Or if resilience is less than 0, I'll close out early. That's it. Now, one of the problems is this is where a red line is, and we've resisted it twice. So this could be a big downside, which is totally fine. So the way I see it is that I'm very strongly bullish. We've reclaimed all of those levels we talked about. Remember 24,700, that was the bear zone top in monthly maps. Let's revisit that. It seems we're back to bull territory. So we're good, right? So if I just want to be in on something, I can just be in on something there. Did the monthly maps pop up? S&P, right? We are at liquidity pocket at yesterday's close, and now we're gapping up. We're back to the bull side in S&P, which is good. EQQ, could be the same story. Morning, guys. When you double down, put your stop loss closer. My stop loss is always going to be my normal stop distance from my last entry. So essentially, the first entry assumes the second entry and its stop loss. If I, for example, if I get in, normally I have a 10-point stop, but I want to get in 15 points lower with a smaller position up front, I'm calculating losing 15 and then 10 more on the first trade. So it's always off of my last entry. The combined entry is kind of what I'm caring about. So I have 2 pivots. I'm playing both pivots. The second pivot is where my stop of all of it is. So I have to assume that I'm going to lose a lot amount of points for this one. So example, if this one falls all the way down, I'm upside down 1,500 when I double down again. If it falls another 10, this is actually down 2,000. And then the double down would be lost roughly $500 if I add one more contract. So total $2,500 loss on this one account if the market just closes the gap and then falls 10. So I'm already like, well, this account's got, you know, so much fat in it that's barely nothing, and everything else is you know, open, so I don't have to really, it's not really that big of a loss if this one account loses. So that's basically how I think about it, right? You are correct. It's off, or what you were saying is correct to ask that question, because you need to know I'm trading both, so the worst case scenario is I'm stopping off the second one. Yeah. What's up, Joseph? Good morning. We fought off that bear market in fantastic form. Oh yeah, so basically today, or even yesterday, we closed into bull territory in monthly maps. We should be good going into today. Just nice. Ooh, 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 ooh. So we're good. Okay. I don't know if we rally straight up, but even if we don't, should totally be fine. Now, also when liquidity maps pop up, I want to see if there's any pockets or any bull zones nearby. We should be good. The CD ratio should be clean. It should be like 80, 90 already again, because of the way we gapped up and traded up. All the stocks should technically be trading up, but the futures are doing this. So we're going to have a huge gap up. The question is, are we going to fade the gap or not? And that is really kind of that sort of thing. So the market's back on the edge again. VIX is back where, you know, kind of want it to be, we technically want it to be below 17, 18. So remember, we're bouncing at the same point again. Just be careful that this just doesn't turn into this kind of day, right? We're going to see right when we open what it's going to be like. We've got a sacrificial lamb here to take the ride up if we pop. I've got all the rest of my accounts to play the dip somewhere, wherever it ends up being. Days like this usually don't dip though. These big recovery days like this usually will close in that same fashion. If it does dip, we're in a weirder market than we thought. This candle turns red and then turns into a big bloodbath. That's what we're going to see today. The VIX is still armed and primed for that. So I wouldn't really discount this as being, you know, still in that cautionary state. I still don't ever fear a bull market. And when it's on the edge like this, I'm still like, well, let me just take the bull side anyways. This is the demonstrate a trade. Actually, as a matter of fact, you guys right now, if I wasn't on YouTube, I probably wouldn't be demonstrating a trade, but I want you guys to see how good I am. That's it. Even when I lose, I'm going to lose fully calculated. This is a $2,500 loss if I'm wrong, but the whole staged entry is, you know, $20,000 if I'm right across this and other accounts. So these are the steps, right? I'm going to open here. There's half gap. Market opens and dips to half gap. I'm totally fine. This can absorb that loss. If this is above zero, I'm going to long with one more contract here. If it just falls like this, I'm going to sort of like just hold on. If it closes the gap and rests greater than zero, I'll add more to it. I'm not going to add more at half gap. No reason to. If it falls to half gap, bounces to there and holds, I will add some more at the 1A. Rests greater than zero. If it falls to liquidity pocket, bear zone, bull zone, wherever it is, I'm going to hit that again and hit it hard, and also long some other accounts. If it just goes and keeps going, well, I'm not going to jump in on anything else. These will just be zeros, and then this will make the money, and that's how I do it. So the market's going to dictate how much I make. If it dips, I'm going to make a ton. If it rallies, I'm going to just make the little bit that you see plus this account. Tyler, what's up, son? And I'm handsome. Oh, stop that. Apart from Fund and X, what are some of the best props that people are using? So Fund and X is kind of like taking the first place spot as everyone's favorite prop account now. The legacies have no DLL. Tyler, the legacy Fund and X has no DLL permanently. I don't know if you knew that. They got rid of it altogether. It's not even a sale anymore. And I think you can buy unlimited amounts of the evals. There's no limit anymore, I think. I should try that. You're about to be max allocated on Rapids? My bro. That's it. The Rapids are y'all's favorite account. The cheap ones, 4 days of payout sort of thing. So Fund and X is great. ETF, if you like static accounts, the static there is like probably in my top 3 ranked accounts. Static is completely for like beginners. It's the easiest account to pass, and they give you a big fat buffer. No one else gives you a fat buffer static. Generally, all around speaking, the most general, easiest, or best accounts I would say are probably My Fun and Futures. Difference between Scale and Pro, whichever one you like. Actually, they're all three of them the same. Is that they have no consistency and no DLO unfunded, which is kind of nice if you hate consistency. If you'd rather have consistency but like uncapped, you go find the next. If you want capped and no consistency, you go My Funded. So it's rock, paper, scissors, depending on what you like. Those are my recommendations for the top 3 accounts out there. Everything else is good. Like TPT is good, but it's also trailing drawdown, which is not a favorite of mine. It doesn't mean it's bad. Now let me tell you, the names on the top of my screen are ones I stand by. Oh, I need to take Apex off. Apex is officially out of the club. I'm replacing Apex with the highest, like the highest loved firm you guys want me to replace them with. I'm still gonna keep the code, but you can hear me talk about Apex pretty much zero. They didn't seem to take me seriously, so we're gonna show them they're gonna take us seriously or not. So if you guys used to use Apex, why don't you go ahead and use the the codes elsewhere if you want to support Apex changing their rules and being more, less restrictive on payouts, less subjective on payouts. We can show them they need to listen to the community. So Apex is out of the club. Don't think anything wrong about the firm. The employees that spoke with me seemed to be nice, but they also didn't seem to care about your voice. So we're gonna find someone that will. Forgot to say that. Love. I'm not gonna be mean about it at all, but the thing was, we were saying, can you give us promises of no subjective payouts? I asked them directly, and they're like, we can't do that. I was like, well, it'd be nice if you could. The community is having a trust issue with you guys, and they were like, well, we are the biggest firm in the world. It's not like if there were problems, we wouldn't be the biggest. I was like, I don't think you guys are the biggest. I don't think that's true at all. But with that attitude, I don't know if I want to stand by that, because I don't think subjective payouts are something. Tyler's had great experience with Apex, and other people I personally have had a great experience with Apex as well. But there's just been a lot of people in this community that have been good traders that don't get hassled anywhere else. So I'll have to redo my banner. Anyways, throw on the banner minus Apex. They're a firm I would say has an account I think is worth going after. And Apex's flagship product, TPT's funded side is just like the Apex, trailing drawdown with a buffer. ETFs, one step is the same thing. So people those are the alternatives. It's the same exact account, just in 2 other different firms. Well, personally, I didn't have a bad experience with Apex. I had a great experience with Apex. Actually, mine was pretty flawless. So, but as a community leader, I can't be biased. Who knows if I got treated well because I'm a streamer or influencer or whatever. I don't know. But I hear you guys not getting treated well, so that's what I feel like. So as far as we're on the banner, we're gonna put someone else up there. And people have been talking about Lucid. People have been talking about funding ticks. People have been talking about. I had one firm reach out to me, and the owner of the firm, I didn't even know. It's maybe not public that he was the owner. Is actually a person I know and have worked with before. I can't tell you what firm that is until it's all solidified. But there's another firm that has been reaching out that wants to talk. I got a bunch of meetings lined up for this last slot. Also. There's another firm that's owned by a brokerage that's actually kind of a neat thing. It's owned by the owner of GFF Brokers, which is one half of the Robbins. It's the quarterly Robbins Cup they host. They're the ones who actually host that. What about Top Step? Top Step is sort of decent, but I don't like Project X. It's horrible. I can't trade in it. It's terrible. And so I can't even use it if I wanted to, because you can't really switch between accounts easily. It's just the web version of Tradeovate. You have to kind of thumb through menus and stuff to switch accounts, which is kind of crazy. I want DOMs where I can assign the DOMs different accounts. Other than that, TopStep is a brokerage. I mean, as a prop firm, is a top 10 firm. They're good. Number one is they don't do partnerships, so it's still, even if they did, their offerings are pretty weak as far as like comparison goes. Like there's no, TopStep doesn't beat My Funded Futures or Funded Next offerings. If you put them side by side for the price, you get more at the other two. So it doesn't make any sense to me why somebody would choose TopStep mechanically over the other two, because, you know, Funded Next, no monthly fee, no activation fee. TopStep, monthly fee, activation fee. Funded Next, uncapped payouts. TopStep, capped payouts, right? So like side by side, and Funded Next is cheaper. And Funded Next gives you a bonus once you get a payout. They pay you another bonus check based on your eval once you get paid out so much. And so it's like side by side, Funded Next sort of is better for cheaper. And so people just still stay with TopStep because of the loyalty and they like the program and stuff. My Funded Futures in a very similar boat. You know, TopStep is 7 days to pay out from start to finish. My Funded Futures, 7 days to pay out start to finish on the pro side. TopStep has a $5,000 payout cap with 90% split. My Funded Futures, 100K payout on the pro side, 80% split. So 80K payout after 14 days of trading. You're not going to make 80K after 14 days of trading with TopStep. So side by side, it's like, you know, it's all rock, paper, scissors still. But if I put something like them next to other people, there'd be no reason for somebody to choose the lesser product. So like everyone I have on the screen has a reason to exist. They're all different from each other. Tradeify, straight to funded, best in the biz. ETF, static, best in the biz. TPT, best trailing drawdown in the biz, right? Funded Next, your best end of the day drawdown, quickest to payout, uncapped payout in the biz, right? So it's like whatever flavor of ice cream you like, we got one of each other. TopStep would just be like a third flavor of chocolate, you know? So it's good. I'd call them a top 10 firm, but it's probably like 9th or 10th on the rankings on like our little model we have. So I would say that while good, there's no way I would have a reason to say choose them over anyone else. They don't have a unique value prop. They did a long time ago until all the other firms showed up with like aggressive value props that are a lot more aggressive for cheaper. So other than that, nothing bad to say about them. I never had a bad experience while I was trading with them either, except the fact that TopStep X is pretty garbage. Oh, they got rid of the performance bonus. Oh, if Funded Next. You know, I should probably read the memos they send me. Top 1 is straight to funded. Yeah, but nobody uses top 1 because they sort of were collectively boycotted by everybody. The treatment, the top 1 against certain people sort of soured the experience. Until there's a new CEO or a new owner of the company, like we were the first person to ask top 1 to remove our code from their database, so it's never used. Like I said that on social media and I tagged everybody from that company. And I said, hey, you know, we asked for a code. Can you delete it? We wouldn't have nothing to do with y'all. That was because they banned Brett Simba because they didn't like what he was saying on Twitter. And all he was doing was pointing out the idea that, you know, they were banning people in their Discord for complaining about not getting paid out and complaining about subjective rule changes or retroactive rule changes that were like changing the rules on the fly and telling people, well, you gotta deal with it. Sorry about your months of hard work, but we're moving the goalposts and you gotta deal with it. And then he voiced his opinion on that and they banned him from trading, and we decided to remove ourselves from that. I think silencing people for being vocal about their experience, especially somebody as big as that, after using his face to market their own brand, I found to be like strike 4. 2 other people I knew that worked with them, strike 2 and 3, who said that they had a really bad experience with the rule changes and all that. When somebody from here got banned from their Discord, I was like, that just sounds a little, to me, that sounds like, okay, yeah, I don't want to be part of that. Never used it. Don't know if it's any good or not, but like on a management side of things, that trust is important to me, I think. And who knows you know, how they'll handle a real problem like insolvency or something, you know. Like I would say that if you're changing your rules so rapidly and making people eat it, it means that you didn't plan very well and your risk department is not really that talented. So you're running risk of going under. And they reported their you know, their numbers at one time. They're like, we paid out like 90% of our funds this month. So therefore we got to change the rules. Hey guys, we're just really transparent with y'all. We're not doing this because we hate you. We're doing this because we almost ran out of money. And I was like, thank you for your honesty, but it also means your risk team sucks ass and you hired a bunch of amateurs that don't know how to do this. Therefore, they're at risk. And that was strike one for me when I saw that email. So you guys understand that, right? Nothing personal against them. To me, it's all about my money. I'm looking out for it. So if you're that close to running out of money every month, it means your risk team doesn't understand how to run a prop firm. And as far as I know, as much as I get pitched prop firms every day, it's kind of funny. Every fucking sleazy ass guru ass bro in Wall Street is starting a prop firm now. I'm talking people that like 10 years ago, I knew were sort of like fraudulent schemesters, scamsters, selling something, always pushing something. All of these fucking dirt bags found their way and opened up a prop. I'm getting pitched all day long and they're like, hey, blah, blah, blah. This is me. I'm the owner of the prop firm. I'm like, I know nobody knows this, but I remember this. Like, and I was saying this all. I was like, I remember you were like pushing some fucking penny stock pump and dump room, and now you own the prop firm. There's some sleazy fucking people out there. So, like I said, don't trust a beautiful website. A prop firm is a safe haven for your money. It's just, you know, it's this year's guru hotspot. You know, I have some really strong theories that some of the folks inside that halcyon team were also part of that group that got arrested with the Atlas stuff. So some strong ties between. No, I wasn't even talking about that earlier. I'm talking. There's one that I got pitched. There was a salesman guy that used to sell. He would sell basically like high ticket items from people who sold like packages, like, you know, like course packages and stuff, high ticket items. And they would like be like really pushy salesmen. They would basically make a deal with someone else and then push their stuff out there for them and then take a cut of the sale. And they had like this huge, massive email list and stuff. And they own a prop firm now. So like, you're like, okay, these guys weren't, you know, they're not traders. They maybe not know the business. They're just salesmen and now they're selling something else. So for me, I'm very finicky when it comes to like, well, the prop firm actually understand. They're actually traders and they're actually honest people. I don't just trust anybody starting one. It's very complicated math, the prop firm's risk model. I'm just gonna trust your average salesman to run one. So yeah, top one soured me very quickly. So never used them. All right, resilience is good. We're decent. We're holding at the open. So at least today, wait till liquidity maps come through. So we hit the close yesterday. That's about where I'm, like I said, I'm planning losing about 2,500. Oh, sick, all the bull zone, everything there. Okay, this is great. It's a great setup. I think 1A is good on the open. Let me see if I can't get prepped to do something like here. Let's get some NASDAQ here. Let's grab a NASDAQ here. Oh, that's 70. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Okay, just hanging on to this. All the A+ setups are below. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. We're just wrapping out prop firms earlier as to who. The question is, who's replacing Apex on the list? I decided to no longer support Apex. Tough decision. We'll keep the code active if you guys still want to use it, but as far as like talking about them and talking about their deals and stuff, it would be a very rare instance I ever made Apex like the focal point of anything I'm doing. Instead, I want to get a strong partner that's going to be, you know, listening to us and the community and what you guys want. Let's roll it. Nasdaq to DD band. All right, so I just grabbed on this dip. I went long on Nasdaq with a 40 resilience. This is just the open 1A trade. If open is support up to next resistance, this is 850 to 934. It's 84 points with the 40 points, 2-to-1 trade. With this one, I will particularly stop if I lose 40 points instead of holding through that. Easy peasy, 2-to-1. The S&P is just chilling there, so we're gonna hold that Nasdaq up until it gets to the top there. And let's see now. Hopefully we don't die out from here. Resilience is still long and strong, 50 and 50. That's good. Let me zoom in on this. Oh, now again, this is all B setup. Let me just clean this off a little bit. Your A setup is from here. This is A. Shit, let me draw the whole thing. I'm gonna make it where I can see all of it. Okay. This is A. So your big A, if the market were to sell off really hard, then I've got all kind of stuff here. A and A plus and A plus. This is like, if we hit this, I'm out of a freaking 40K day. So that'd be great. A plus. There. This is what we call B trade, B setup. B setup is from here to here. It's decent, slightly better than a coin flip. This is this says 1A right here. Forget the A and B. It's different than this A and B. This is the first leg is if I long at the open. If open is support, then I long the next resistance. If we dip to hedge pressure back to open is another trade. So this 1B setup is here all the way back to open. So let me draw it exactly the way it's supposed to be. So this is typically this leg, and then if it falls through here, right, and fills the gap, there to there is a trade. Which is A. It's 80%, 80%er, which looks good. Resiliences are long and strong, which means this is likely to be support, and with a smaller probability, but high probability in general, this is also support as it's showing right here. So we're betting that this stays support for the move. If this falls, you've got blue to open, which is A plus on S&P, which is great. Everything else is lovely down here. Nothing's crazy. So then we go straight to 24,934 today. I think that's the move. So I've split my trades between S&P and NASDAQ just in case. Like I said, this one sacrificial guy right here was the first open at the start of the day. I've done nothing else S&P yet, just waiting for the dips. The NASDAQ lets it carry forward. Nothing else is looking crazy. Let me double check VIX again, but I'm just looking at this, and there's really no hedge pressure breaks or anything on VIX to really scare me. It is somewhat bullish on VIX side, which isn't the best though. Oops. Which is good. A plus down at the bottom, where pretty much all my accounts will be focused on if we do fall. If we come to here, oh, that's perfect. That's the perfect long entry for good stuff. Like if I take like maybe a 5K loss on the way down, I'll make 30K on the way up. Binance website and dashboard is bad. You don't like it? Dude, every prop firm's website and dashboard is pretty trash. I think MyFundeds is good and Tradeify's is probably good, but these prop firms' dashboards generally are really bad across the board. Once I got used to Funded Next, it didn't seem bad, but at first it was clunky. I totally agree, man. You just made 2350 times 3 of the 100K Funded Next. Let's go. You're done before 1 minute before market opens. Bro, how you can spend the rest of your day? That's incredible to be done so early. That's so cool. You want to leave Apex too? TPT is and ETF are kind of like the next like place. They're very similar offerings. Apex. Right now, ETF is a 90% off sale if you want to check them out. And TPT is 40% off sale. Yeah, my Fund of Futures dashboard is probably the one of the cleanest I've seen. I think I'd give the Futures desk the gold medal on dashboards. Futures desk is slick, man. It's clean. Their whole website, the whole experience there is clean. They put some effort in. I give them the gold medal. If you guys ever seen Futures desk, their whole interface is very well made. It's kind of like our Rocket Place. You know, it's very clean. It's very nice. They put a lot of effort into the website. Yeah. So on interface alone, not quality of prop or anything like that, I'd rank them as probably, of my experience, the best website in Dash. I would say my Fund of Futures is probably second best. And Tradeify is probably third best of all the ones I've dealt with. I'm talking dashboard, management, account management, all that stuff. That's what I'm talking about, like how clean the interface is on the back end. Yeah, you just got an account with Futures Desk on Friday. Definitely the best dashboard. Yeah, right. The guys who built the company are actually like, they're all really strong developers. I actually had a tech meeting with them one time just to talk about development. And they didn't just slap together a website. Like everybody that I talked to there was like very strong at coding in general. So they all like they wanted to build something beautiful and memorable. That's what they were saying. You know, we want to be remembered for how the quality of everything we do, not just, our prop is good, but they're like, we want people to see the website and be blown away too. And we put a lot of effort into it. I was like, I can tell. Very clean. Crappy dashboards are one of the ways just to make it challenging. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, funded next after you left Apex to be so easy. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like nothing personal against Apex. When I used them, I had a great experience. But when I met with them, it was basically like 6 months. Sorry, 6 months. When was the last time I used Apex? Maybe like a year. I haven't used Apex in a long time. So, and another thing is they never really reached out. Normally, like these big prop firms reach out to us. Like they reach out to me, hey, we'd love to work with you. That's pretty standard. Like, it's like, we want to be part of the community. We want to, work with you guys. What do you guys want? We'd love to have, feature our prop firm. And in return, we do this for y'all and you do this for us, sort of thing. And they never reached out after years, us being as big as we are, they never reached out. They finally did. Because they hired some people to do so. And so currently, guys, I'm in a long position right now. And so I finally reached out and they were like, we're like a new team. We're doing community outreach and we'd love to work with you. We see, how big your community is. And, and I was like, great. I'm not every influencer out there, there's different tiers of this. There's people out there who sell to these prop firms. They're selling themselves. Hey, give me a salary. I'll promote you. Just give me a salary. But when I'm sitting with the prop firms, they're selling to me. That's different. I'm the one that's saying yes or no. So I'm a different boat. I don't just take a paycheck. I say yes or no. And I say, if I say no, I have good reason to say no. So they're like, we want to work with you. And I'm like, well, what's in it for us? And it's not the other way around. So we're like at the tier of that, right? Where we can actually ask for things. And I told him, I said, we've heard that you guys have subjective payout rules and people have been denied payouts for subjective reasons and people that I trust. What's the deal with that? And that's asked him straight up. I got straight to the chase. I was like, well, number one is we haven't heard from you guys in a while. Y'all never reached out. And I was curious if you guys care about what the community wants. And most of the firms do. They're like, we're listening and changing our rules and we want to see what the community thinks. And I was like, my general impression was you guys never reached out. What's up with that? Like, oh, well, we didn't have a team to do it. Now we have a team to do it. So, we'd love to work with you guys. And I go, well, what's up with the subjective payout thing? I went straight to the chase. And I said, you guys, we hear about that. Is there any way you guys can guarantee that that's just rumors or speculation that, you guys, and I cited some things on their site and I said, here's ways where you can be subjective in your payout rules. People can get banned for certain reasons they can't understand. And they say, well, normally it's because they don't understand the rules. I say, well, I don't understand the rules, and I read them. I said, well, it's the rules are here and here and here and kind of spread out. We could make a better update on the website so it's more easy to understand what our rules are. But it's mostly the trader's fault because they don't understand the rules. And I was starting to feel like, oh man. And when the prop firms are like that, instead of taking responsibility, every other prop firm I talked to was like, we kind of messed up. We think our rules are bad and we really appreciate the feedback. How can we make it better? When they say that to me, I'm like absolutely in love. And I'm like, boy, I'll sit down with you guys and we'll rap all day about how to make your rules better. But when they're usually like, oh shit, hello. Very nice. When they're usually like, it's the trader's fault, not ours, I usually get a little turned off. That's just me though. And their attitude was more like that. Like, we are the biggest in the world. That's what they said at the meeting. And I was like, oh man, and I was like, what's the point then? Like, partnership is a two-way street. I ain't there to sell someone's product. I'm not some fucking shill for hire. I'm there to make your firm better and better experience for my clients and my customers and my viewers. That's my job. My job ain't to sell your products. I was like, I make so much money. I don't need another reek-eating check. You know what I'm saying? What's another 30, 50K a month? I don't fucking care about that. Like I'm not just here to sell your products. I'm here to make my folks have a fantastic experience and make money. So I trimmed out of some of my NASDAQ that I hit. I'm Dow holding runners. Looking solid there. The S&P still being shitty. That's all right. So anyways, nothing personal against them, but it doesn't seem like, I think they're wanting salesmen and I'm wanting a partnership. So that's where we all differ. So I was like, I'm going to put somebody else up there that I think might be better. Hit that DD band at the top. I'm going to close out and take profit. This is great. S&P is the only one that's not playing ball. Clean, baby, clean. Let's take it. Get that profit. All right, I'm gonna take profit here. Perfect and perfect. And perfect. That's the Nasdaq's closed out, closed out, closed out. S&P still negative. That's why I split my risk. All right, cool. That's a 10K day, guys. Rock solid. As simple as that. All right. Yeah, it's 10K. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 87, 92, 95, 10. That's 11, 12K. That's good. All right, I'm gonna go play golf. See you later. Bye, fuckers. I'm out. Oh, we have 1,000 viewers. All right, so we'll be doing Tradeify straight to funded giveaway today on top of TPT giveaway. Locked and loaded. Let's go. So anyways, back to the conversation. Again, no beef with Apex or anything. Their attitude and stuff, it just didn't work out. So I'm shopping for someone else in that slot. Now you guys have told me Lucid's great. This is what I'm hearing across the board. Lucid's someone to look at. Funding Ticks is someone to look at. I've got 4 other people scheduling meetings with me the next 2 weeks. My goal is you want to work with us, our customers, I'll have a direct contact to customer service to skip all your bots and whatever. My customers have an issue, we're calling them. We're skipping some steps. Funded Next, with Funded Next, I talk to the COO when you guys are having problems. I skip all the customer. I go to the customer services boss's boss. So when Funded Next happened, They give you guys like white glove. Like you walk in, they hand you a bowl of caviar and a fucking martini and say, well, we'd love to solve your problems. And that's what I want. I'm like, okay, how will we have a better experience for our clients? The affiliates out there are desperate for a paycheck. And like I tell you guys, again, I don't say this to be cocky. I make so much money, especially from affiliates, from everything, from trading, from whatever. You know, if you go up to some kid, you're like, hey, I'll give you $10,000 a month to talk about my prop firm. These fucking kids are going to foam at their mouth and be like, oh, that's $120,000 a year. I could quit my job and do this full time. You know what I mean? Can I tell you what I'm turning down? I'm turning down 6-figure offers, 6 figures a month to talk about a prop firm. I'm like, nah, 50K, 100K. That's the level I'm at. We're going to be 100K a month to talk about us on your stream. And I sit there and I go, what's in it for us? I don't go, oh, money. Oh, I've never seen money before. Fucking affiliate. There's a difference between the affiliate kids and the me. So my job is to say, I want our guys to feel better. I want us to get better treatment than Pat's guys, than Matt's guys, and everyone's. I want people that are in my stream to go, you know, when I had a problem with Funded Next, Matt and Slacks got it solved within a day. And you know that we do with Funded Next, right? With ETF, same thing. Like with the guys that we're working with, we work tirelessly. I have a whole team of people, me, Andrew, a whole team of people on the side that just work out y'all's prop stuff. Because it's that important to you guys. It's such a big part of futures now. We had to adapt and evolve. So when it comes to talking to prop firms now, we're like, sorry guys, it's up the game. I'll get an email that says, hey, we'd love to have you join our affiliate program. I go, LOL. That's what I usually write back. I go, LOL, affiliate. I was like, do some homework and write me back to ask around town about us. Affiliate offers. Anyway, we have 50 codes. I have 6 partners at any given time. And that's it. No more, no less. It's like the Sith, but I call it the 6th. That's it. All right, so why is Dell dumping? Mostly sector rotation and cycling. You're going to see a little bit of that. Right now, we just came out of a weird bearish sort of, like the S&P is not even moving. My Nasdaq's made all the money. Let's do this. So, and I promise you guys, the only reason I'm talking about this, I promise you guys, when I work with a partner, it's going to be on your behalf. And hopefully you guys, y'all trust me and like me because of that. I'm not just taking a paycheck and here's the code. The tiers of this thing is somebody gets a code and makes, you know, a couple $1,000 a month. The second tier of this is somebody gets a paycheck of like, you know, here's 5K a month, talk about our firm, make some posts, make some tweets, you know, traditional marketing. But then there's a level of, we're going to pay you a 50K or 100K a month. And then that's partnership level. And I was like, well, you pay me, but in return, every tens of thousands of people who watch me every day will get a better experience than your average customer. Or no go. So we're going to talk to some other people and see who we can work out. And then we work out deals, exclusive discounts for y'all. Tons of giveaway accounts, a great experience. We ask them to come on our stream and be part of our chat and be part of the community. And we try to really ingrain that, you know, the two together. It's not just here's the code, you guys give me the discount sort of thing. So who do y'all think? If I next ever get back to you about your issue, Icefire, did you email me, right? I get confused as to who some of you guys are in YouTube versus Discord and versus email. So the proper way is to email me, and if you did email me, I've sent it to them, and they should be pending. Did you want to email me over the weekend, last weekend? I got your email. That's right. I can remember. Let me follow up with Slacks because he took control of those emails that week because it was IDOC's birthday that weekend, so I wasn't really available. So let me see if he got the follow up. I'll ask him today. Now all I can ever do is just send it up the ladder, and if they don't respond or nothing changes, you know, that becomes just something they can't fix. So I'll ask again. Yeah. But we've gone through like hundreds of these things. What's the resilience chart on ES showing you right now? That it's going to support here at half cap. So this is pretty decent that the B plus is going to hold right here. So everybody you see on Twitter that has like affiliate codes, there's tiers of affiliate. So understand, you know, just to tell you, there's a spectrum, you know, like guys like Pat Whelan are like at the highest tier. There's, you know, your average day trader, influencer, YouTuber, or whatever is at the bottom tier. You know, they just have an affiliate code, no special deal, no special arrangement. They're one of 1,000 affiliates just pushing a product out there on you guys. But there's a handful of people that have some real pull. In general, you know, ETF static account, I designed that. You know that? I did. I designed it. I told them exactly what they should do. I said, this is, and I even told them the risk model, everything. I was like, this is how the risk changes, this and that. It's not that big of a deal, but it, you know, there's a hole in the market. You guys can make the static that stands out. And like that's a great idea, actually. And I was like, static is something our customers love. And, you know, it's like, okay, there's certain platforms that'll listen and work with people and work with communities. So like, yeah, my community actually loves your static. I'm like, oh, well, we'll contemplate that. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they came out and it was better than what I thought it was going to be. We thought they wanted to have a $1,000 drawdown. They came out with 2,000, doubling what my suggestion was. So it came out even better. So some firms out there really want to make a difference. Other firms out there think they're too big to care. And so we're going to remove Apex from the top. And again, I didn't have an arrangement with Apex. I just had the name there. It's because we had a code and you guys used them. But right now you guys don't really use them. Like nobody here really uses Apex. It's our least used code in general. And everyone here uses TPT or ETF. We used to use Apex. Damn, NASDAQ. Let's go, son. Okay, so if you're just tuning into Rock Scooter is a gamma exposure tool set that's automatic. It draws on the chart high volume pivots that it predicts at 9:30 in the morning based on different things. DD ratios and exploitive margin requirements, open and close and exploitive gap, and gap principles. And then we have resilience, which is an aggregate. Howdy. What you got there?
Nuts.
Did you make bread?
Huh?
When did you make bread?
I did it like days ago. It's been pushed to slow down the.
Ooh, look at this homemade bread, y'all. What's up? Thank you. Thanks for breakfast, man.
Crunchy. ASMR it.
Oh, Ryan wants to see Pickle.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys. This is Rock Scooter mascot here, Mr. Pickle himself. Pickle and I, Doc, you guys just tuning in. They're part of the show. What's up? What's up, Mr. Yanni boy? What's up? What's up? What's up? Meow. Already made 10K this morning.
Good job.
So we're done.
You go shopping with me?
It's like, oh, play golf or something. No. I'm just kidding. All right, we got 8 hours of listening to music and chatting with you guys and laughing. Usually DD Band is it. And SPY's not moving today, which is weird. The one account, the one S&P, half of this is overnight. The other half is NASDAQ this morning. The S&P one didn't move. That's crazy. We'll see what happens. Rez is pulling back a little bit. Some heavy rotation. So anyways, back to what the tools are about. There's a bunch of different tools stacked on top of each other. I draw basically lines, but you can see that this says support, 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 resistance, support. All of these things together allow you to draw arrows and paint pictures, and they all have probability. So let me kind of like map it out for you. Couple of things. Liquidity map is the main thing. We split everything into bull zone and bear zone. Bear zone and bull zone is where you have actual traders that are long or short the instrument that you're looking at against the house. So essentially right here, market makers have found liquidity in the middle. Right here, people are long against the house, and then down here, people are more short against the house than the other side of the coin. So more longs than shorts up here, more shorts than longs down here, just in that distribution. This is all calculated from options, by the way. So bull zone and bear zone, if you open in a bull zone, you close in a bull zone 90% of the time if this number is greater than half. So you can already get a trade plan out of that. So usually what I do is I call that my A plus setup. If we were to fall to this right here, A plus, I'll long it every time. The plus is if that's greater than half, there's no plus if that is not. A plus is something that happens 90% of the time. And the back test is about 90% on A plus. The blue, same thing. Blue is also what's called hedge pressure. This is gamma exposure level of market maker options. This is an A setup, which is about 80% chance we close on the same side with the confluence. This blue number greater than 0 is the confluence. Sorry, that's not A plus, that's A. So with the blue numbers out of confluence, we put a minus there, A minus, which makes this roughly 70 to 80%, somewhere in there. So this is A plus with about a 90% chance we hold that. This is an A minus with about 70 to 80% chance we hold that. So as you see, I've got a small position that I'm confident in, because if it falls to there, I'm gonna pile in either here or here to long it back up. Straight as that. This is what we call the gap right here. Nasdaq is gapped up versus yesterday's close. We use an aggregate of what the stocks are doing through their half gap flux to see if the stocks are moving, then the index is going to move. This tells you that this white box area is support. All through here is support. So essentially I can play longing pressure from there, there, or there. So my initial trade on the S&P is longing here, and I'm going to pile in to longs here and or here possibly as well, because I've got another long nearby. This is a B setup and a B setup, and I got an A setup all in here. This is a hot spot to long from, all in here, there, there, and there. So if this were to fall inside of here, I'm longing it back up to there. That is this little trade right here in the box. This tells me support and resistance, so I can easily see and draw the arrows. You can just look at that if you don't want to learn all this stuff. Support to support, boom to boom. That was my Nasdaq trade. Down in here, it's sort of trapped in between the two. Resistance versus support. Now this is just flip-flopping back to support now. So Nasdaq is like, okay, all throughout here, it's dips to buy. It's very rare that you leave a bull zone and go to bear zone and keep selling unless the market is turning bearish. And we know that the greater bull market indicators are all bullish. So today, this is the low of day. So what I said was I'd love for the market to fall inside of here, all long it back up and make 40K, 30K. That's it. Simple as that. But I take a trade off the band top? Yes. Now here's the thing about bull zone breaks. Every time it's the same situation. Never chase the break. I always do this. Okay, now it looks like it's breaking. There is a trade from here to next resistance, wherever it will be. Let's calculate that. But what I do is I always miss out on the first wave and wait at least 30 minutes to an hour. This is just subjective. Give it a lot of time to develop. And even if I miss out on the big move, I will. It's very rare that it'll move and keep going. Most of the time, it'll try to break and it'll go up to some random spot and then try to sell. And then when it sells and goes down to there, it's the second tap that I take the long on. And this does not count as the second tap. I mean, give it like an hour or so and then let it come down. So this first little break right here, I ignore it. That's why I closed out. S&P still has room to go and it's not moving, which is the crazy part. That's this account right here, the only one that's red of all things. So S&P didn't move, but Nasdaq was quick today. We'll see what happens. With these white resilience numbers greater than 0, it's really strong support still on the S&P. This is still very strong. This and this. So this is my potential setup today in S&P. Dash line is the medium level. Yeah, it's like the middle. So the midpoint is actually what this indicator is balanced around. You can see on my screen right here, there's a dashed line that is 0. That represents this. It's the tiebreaker actually there, the middle of that box. So if this is greater than 0, then the middle is support with the B+. Half gap is really the pivot, but we've noticed that when it's strong enough, the top of the box is actually pivot. So say that like S&P, this white resilience is actually a gap fill predictor. That's what it's designed to do. It's watching all the stocks filling their gaps. And it's designed to be a leading indicator. So right now, if the gap fill predictor is greater than 0, yet this is starting to fall and this is starting to fall, that's an opportunity. If we get to this halfway point and it's greater than 0, I'm longing it to go. The index is just trading lower than its pricing should keep it at. So that's one of the tricks. See, right now, I'm not even afraid of this at all. While certain like technical indicators that some people might use might say, well, it's like resistance, right? It looks like it's lower lows, consolidating low. We fair value gap, blah, blah, blah. There's the resistance. And like your traditional candle indicator is going to tell you to short this right now. I'm holding on to a long because the index is tracking the stocks. So I'm not using any candle or technical analysis to make determination. Even if it does fall to there, I'd be so happy because my drawdown is decided by my position size. If I lose from here down to 6702, that's 25 points with one, right? That's going to be 1250 of loss. That's it, 1250. That's how much drawdown I'll take all the way down to here. At this point in time, I'm down 1250. Not a big deal. Everything else being up, one account is down. When I hit to the 1250, I'm going to add 2 more contracts and make it 3 and put a tight stop at 6690, like essentially right down here, some about 10 points lower with 2 more contracts. So the total loss of this will be close to 25 or 3 if I'm wrong. In just one account, that's all I'm trading. But if it falls down to there, I have all A pluses down in here to play off of with all the rest of the counts, all the ones that haven't made it to final yet. So, you know, Hugo got Hugo, did you short the 27 and a halves? Hugo, why didn't you short the 27 and a halves? I know I'm very weird and like somewhat like I don't know, because like I told you guys, I'm like borderline Asperger's. I'm social enough to like fit in with circles. I got like 3 toes over the line. So certain things irk me, like when people chew on food, I get so annoyed by it. Also the way people speak sometimes, it makes me so annoyed. When somebody said, here comes the 6650s, here comes the 6710s. When you say the 10s or the 50s, it's like nails in chalkboard to me. I don't even know why. So when Steven was like, did you short the 97 and a halves? I was like, and even iDoc was like, I saw you like grimacing, because she knows I have this weirdness when it comes to speech. So when you call it the 50s, and I love Pat, and I never, no shade thrown at Pat, but Pat always says it too. Here's the 6600, here's the 6610s, and every time someone says 10s and 20s in the context of trading, it makes me go. It's a speech thing for me, and I know traders say it. It's a trader thing. But when he said, "Did you short the 97 and a half?" So I was like, ooh, ooh. Later, girl. Have fun. Are you gonna Pilates or something?
No. I look like I'm dressed for Pilates.
Oh no. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go look for candles. I'm like so determined to get one by the end of this week. I'm just.
Our life is so hard, man.
It is so hard. It's stressful hitting 5 different stores all over town to make sure you got the perfect chandelier. You don't understand, guys.
Yeah.
You don't understand. It's hard.
Yeah. We do. We've been looking for, it's because like our house is all like stock stuff in the lighting situation. So above the table, and also it's oriented the wrong way for the table we have. So we need some new lighting and some new like pendant lighting. Yeah.
For the kitchen. It's all basically just like cheap silver builder grade lighting, and it just looks awful. And it's an eyesore because Matt has upgraded several parts of the house, and now the light, the old light is still there, so it's like bothersome.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Somebody said, when do you actually fix eyes? All right, you want to tell them your story?
About what?
When they said, it seems like you just chill all day. When do you actually fix eyes?
Oh, I retired.
Yeah.
You guys didn't know that? I retired as a very young optometrist. And when he says I travel all day for work, I really do.
Yeah.
Most of my travels, like in a week or 2, I'm going to Boston and then Chicago. That's really work. I'm not really just chilling.
Yeah. She'll go like on a work trip and do a lot of work, very like compact into like a small period of time, and then have a lot of time. She's usually working in the afternoons or in the evenings. Lunchtime and stuff, yeah.
Lunches and dinners, and when I'm out of town, it's conferences and offices.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you see me have time to make him breakfast. It's because I'll work a lot and then I just won't work.
They feel like they've been lied to because you're not fixing people's eyeballs anymore.
Hey, but I have a lot of eye knowledge that I can drop on you guys.
Yeah. Here's what you do when you're such a good eye doctor or like whatever, is you become a consultant for like, can I tell them about the gene stuff?
Yeah.
So she's a consultant for like eyeball gene therapy. Like, shut the fuck up, you nerds. Listen, this is going to be funny. You're going to love it. She does like robotic gene therapy for eyeballs. So this is like cutting edge shit now. Like, you know, putting implants in there that like fix your RNA and shit. I don't fucking know.
Did you say fix your RNA?
I don't even know. It like you put something in and then it changes your genetics and I don't know. Tell me.
Yeah, you actually keep going. You're right.
I don't. This is as much as I know.
What do you put in the eye though?
I learned about RNA modification during the time of COVID when all the vaccines were
relying on it.
It
starts off with DNA modification, then you transcribe and RNA.
Yeah. Yeah, she's doing like cutting edge like stuff. They're doing like, I don't know. They fix your blindness or something with, I don't know, these drug implants or corneal cataract. What is it? What is?
Okay, so gene therapy. We're doing
gene therapy, man.
That's like the coolest thing, but
see, people are like ribonucleic acid. Look, see, we know stuff.
I mean, yeah, you guys do too. And
she's trying to make us feel dumb over here, guys.
No, not really.
Yeah, we don't know as much about this, but
Michael knows what I do.
Yeah. Blue jeans or black jeans? Oh, since we're doing gene therapy.
Oh, Levi. I work for Levi. Haha. You know about that, right?
Yeah, Levi makes jeans.
Yeah.
It's a pun. Levi's jeans.
Right. But do you understand the controversy lately about it?
No.
What's her name, guys?
Are you talking about Sydney Sweeney and her jeans?
Yeah, her jeans thing, and then they had Cat's Eye do another one to kind of just.
Levi's like, wait, what? And his name is Levi. bro, we saw the sex tape. We've seen it.
He's like, wait, what? I heard my name.
We've seen it. We've seen it. It was good, by the way. Nice form. You know.
When I think of lens therapeutic, cool stuff. Well, no, that's not the first. They're not first in class, by the way. Pilocarpine has been used and launched 5 years ago or 4 years ago by a company called AbbVie. And launch, it was first in class. Marketing did an amazing job at hyping the entire globe about this new drop that can help with near vision loss, which is what most of you guys over 40 or 50 suffer with. Ended up not doing very well. Not because people had like severe side effects. Well, there were some cases of it, yes. But because the medication is just a repackaged existing medication that's used to treat single closure glaucoma. What they found is that it helps focus up close and create a pinhole effect. Change your focal point, and that is how you regained your near vision. So Lens is about to launch another medication that conceptually kind of doing the same thing. But you guys have to read the studies. And I don't work for that company. I don't speak on behalf of them. I'm just speaking from experience when something like that launched when I was in practice and my patients did not like it.
Dang, you smart.
And it's kind of indicated for those that haven't had cataract surgery. So like for those folks that are between like 40 to 60 something. Because essentially when you do like cataract surgery, you can put an implant in to help you see up close as well. There's different options where you wouldn't even need those drops. Those drops are kind of like a halfway point. Like, you need some help, but you don't want surgery yet. Not really indicated for all. Just remember, guys, clinical trials are designed, they're designed to yield perfect results because the patients are highly selected in a controlled, perfect settings. So when you guys read clinical trials out there for new meds that you're about to try, just keep that in mind. You might not be that perfect. If we try to screen like 1,000 patients, about half of that or less than half of that actually get enrolled, because they then only less than half of that will actually fit the criteria. So I don't know. I didn't think about this shit until I actually work in big pharma, and I was like, ooh.
Does somebody said what's the cutoff for LASIK?
Cutoff for LASIK? Just depends. That's like a loaded question, honestly, and I would have to give a loaded answer, but this is not my channel, so.
I'm gonna long more S&P maybe. What should I do? A long more S&P.
Wait, what? Should you long an S&P?
Yeah. What do you guys think? See, she's smart, isn't she? She knows like so much eye stuff. When's the cutoff for LASIK? Those people said. Can I do LASIK at age 25 here in France? They say no.
You can do
You hit 50 and your eyes fell off a cliff. Bro, I'm getting there, man. And I'm not close to 50.
Oh, you used to work for Abby, the psychiatry side.
You had a masseuse who had to get their eyes removed, and that was the best masseuse you've ever had. Oh my word. That's funny. Why the S&P not even moving from here? What if we just like park on this one till A+?
Lacey, just like.
Let me, I know this is wimpy, but I'm going to close this one out and just wait. I know. Just letting you guys know, we did have that impact line at 67.35. I'm cool with just chilling. I've made plenty of money here. I'm going to let it do whatever. I'd like to see if it does fall to get some A+ though. Remember, VIX moving up off of Contango midpoint is what's sort of like letting me think, we might not get the run up. So I'm fully like chilling on this now. No more longs for me yet. Even though the long setup is still the strong setup. This move in rejection, this is the support if it keeps going though. And we'll see. Anyways, keep talking. Your fans are asking you questions.
Well, I can't.
Oh, my bad. There's not really a cutoff age for LASIK. It's more like there's a time when it's not really worth it because your eyes deteriorate so fast. It just doesn't make the money worth it. Is that what the answer was?
Sorry, what were you? Oh, I
is there a... What?
I'm ignoring you because I'm reading like a bajillion. Okay, what?
I'm trying to show that you taught me something. So there's not really a, like LASIK will always work, but the cutoff age is more like once you get old enough, it works and then your eyes continue to deteriorate. Yep. So it's just a waste of money.
Yes. So then like,
okay.
So it works with being too young as well. Because your eyes are not done developing or your vision's continue.
So some of you, like, you can get it when you're older and if your eyes don't change, then it's fine. But then other people, it's like every 3 or 4 years, it just goes back to the shitter again. It's
not like it goes back to the shitter. It's just their eyes planned to continue to get worse, but kind of just corrected midway before it finishes. So you don't really know how much you're correcting.
So you just get LASIK again.
Yeah, but ideally, most trained surgeons will look at your records 4 years back to make sure that it didn't fall that much before they do it, and they consider your age.
I just feel like, shut up and take my money. Like,
yeah. I mean, you have options for those that are like over 45 or 50. You have monovision LASIK, which I don't think Matt will like.
What does that mean?
It means they correct one eye for different eye posts. You get both vision, but you're doing independent things.
But what happens if you're looking at something far away with both eyes? Is it blurry?
No, because your brain ends up learning to shut off the eye that's supposed to be off. It just activates.
But then, how's your depth perception?
That's a good question. Great. Some people actually adapt. Well, the thing is that it just depends on what the surgeon does. They don't fully correct the eye for near. They give it a little bit of intermediate vision, so then you can preserve that depth as well.
But I just look great in glasses, so,
yeah, so
I might as well just stick with it.
I looked amazing in glasses until I got LASIK, and now you see this.
Yeah. I mean, guys, look at how beautiful I look. I got the Tom Fords on. I got the chiseled face. I mean, it could be more chiseled, I guess. But I probably will stick with glasses. Can I tell you a fun fact? ICT himself texted me and said, "You should wear your glasses more on stream. You look better in glasses." No, I swear to God, he said that. I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, well, I usually have a glare in the screen. I wear them." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You look very refined in your glasses." So Mr. ICT himself.
Dang, look at you. My wife had LASIK, and now what? And now she needs eye drops all the time. Yeah, so that's the potential side effect of LASIK. Interrupt that feedback where your corneas tell your glands to produce tears when they come by.
Yeah.
So dryness is.
Yeah.
Glare at night. Because of your LASIK scars. At nighttime, when your pupils get big, and it overlaps that LASIK scar, causing higher order aberrations.
Yeah.
And that's why you see those glares.
Yeah. So me and ICT had a conversation about streaming in general. I was like, yeah, I'm starting to stream. When we were talking that one time, I was actually talking about, I was angling my lights because there used to be a glare. If you hold it up here where the lights are, you see the glare.
Yeah.
So right now there's a magic setting of how I have everything done to where when I look straight at the screen, there's no glare. When I was talking to them one weekend, I was like, yeah, I was working on this thing and trying to get I was like, I'm probably not gonna wear my glasses because he's like, no, you should wear your glasses. You look, they look nice. And I was like, all right, so.
Benji, you probably have floaters.
He went on Tanya Trade's video. I kept asking what she's eating. He's a really friendly guy. That's the one thing I noticed about him. He's super friendly whenever you chat with him. He just is very he's very interested in you as a person, which is pretty cool. A lot of people, when you connect and talk to them, they just want to talk at you or talk about things you have in common. But he was very curious about, just as a person, asking questions, and they very much interested in getting to actually know people on a very personal level, which is actually very cool. A lot of people don't do that. Your grandson who is 4 sees double when looking up in one eye. Interesting. Hey, is carrots? I wonder if that's a thing. Sees double when looking up in one eye. So maybe it's because the eyes aren't focused. One of them isn't. I'm not.
Wait, when you say looking up with one eye, is he doing this and looking up, or he's both eyes looking up? And you have to be more.
The dog is hilarious. Oh, the dog is hilarious. Floaters, in a way, they are beautiful. I wish they would disappear again. Floaters are crystallized fluid. Is that correct? The floaters. Protein clumps. She teaches me a lot of this stuff. And somebody said, is eating carrots a myth for your eyes? Well, allow me to teach you something.
Just the easy one. Easy.
That's the easy one. This one I know. See, during World War II...
Oh my god. No, don't start with that. You're gonna lose viewers and you're gonna lose everybody.
During World War II, British fighter pilots were shooting down German fighter pilots very effectively. And to just not let them know they had superior technology and superior plants, they started sending out misinformation, counter propaganda, misinformation campaign to teach the Germans that they were intercepting their transmissions. They were talking about how carrots were the reason they could see better at night. And they were like, we're eating a lot of carrots, bro. These carrots, man, I could see that German fighter pilot from thousands of yards. And man, it's just the carrots. And so Germans started telling their soldiers to eat carrots because it's better for your eyesight. And that's a story. And so all the eat carrots for your eyesight. Now, while beta carotene is good for your eyes, this is correct.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Beta carotene is good for your eyes, I've heard. But the eating carrots thing was more propaganda. See, I know something. I know one thing. But I know stupid weird trivia. So, you'd want me to be on your trivia team if you ever go to bar trivia.
Why do I constantly have the crust in my left eye? Because you nasty.
Yeah, so the Brits made up the carrot thing. I don't remember. Because you nasty, you need to bathe, sir. No, I get crust in my eyes too, man. I don't know what it is.
Recommend and again at some point. I'm actually not familiar with that procedure. But I'm glad you did it to stabilize the keratoconus across you very well.
So guys, by the way, when I told you, remember, I don't chase the initial long. I always wait. I haven't done anything. I actually closed out my S&P position. Let's look at the data right now. Resilience is right at 0, which is good. It still means half gap of support. We're not getting a lot of strength out of this. I am fully flat right now. Not shorting this. I'm still long bias. What I'd hope to see is a quick little flush to grab a long on. So we'll see if we get anything off of that.
Wearing sclero lenses, like those large hard contacts, or the smaller one, as permeable. I'm not an optometrist. I was an optometrist.
Oh, I'm just looking at you while you're talking to them.
Oh no, I was looking at you because you're looking at me.
Oh. I was watching you tell the story.
I was just waiting. I was pausing for you to say something.
No, I was engaged. I was interested in what you were saying. I thought you said I was an optometrist, and I thought the story was gonna continue
to something more interesting than just that.
Yeah.
I'm an optometrist. ... And you sleep, right?
No. So, she streams on Twitch, and it's called iDoc Talk. And it's mostly it started out like this, where people would talk to her about eye stuff. And then it just kind of turned into this sort of degen hours sort of thing where they talk about like fucking, I don't know, sex toys and eyes. It's
sex toys and eyes.
It's a weird conversation topics and it's hilarious, dude. They talk about whatever and they just shoot the shit. And then every once in a while there's an eye question. So she'll be bouncing between like, I don't know, one day you were flirting with an AI robot on stream, and then somebody asked a genuine eye question and you answered it. So it was actually just kind of fun.
First astigmatism, air optics, or IQ.
Somebody said a new contest, a couple name. Oh, like Benifer.
Oh. Optics or AccuView. If they both have like contact lens for astigmatism.
What is this? Text said he uses scleral lens. What is scleral?
Scleral lens are like 16 to 18 millimeter in diameter plastic that vaults over your. That just sits on your sclera.
What's the sclera?
Oh, the white parts of your eyes. So it's like usually soft contact lenses kind of just like float on top of. Well, hard lens, plastic.
Why would you want those?
Because they have keratosis or irregularness. So that gap that's created by the dome of the hard contact lenses in your cornea, it allows your tears to flow through it, create artificial surface, and refracts the light linearly.
Right.
But if they don't have it and they have irregular surface, it causes
you don't get that you don't get that liquid barrier that's a solid liquid barrier that allows the refraction.
Yeah, or smooth. It's not even liquid, it's just surface.
Yeah.
The corneal surface in itself, they suffer from. It's not like a curve. It's needed for good vision, and soft contact lenses won't help with that either because it basically drapes. So they need those hard lenses to.
But my thought is the reason that you want it covering more surface area because it's irregular and you're trying to form a liquid barrier between the lens and the eye. Because if you have any air spaces or pockets or like whatever, light's going to diffract differently unless it's a smooth, continuous medium.
Yeah. And in all cases, there's never going to be air pocket because your tears will just fill up any gaps trapped by the chamber.
Yeah. Okay. So those of you guys just tuning in, right now we're looking at the market. We've blasted through, see these upper bands right here, this green line is usually the limit to a bull day for me. So I've taken pretty much as much trade as I've wanted to do up to here. And now it's kind of like there's auxiliary trading. This is usually the end of the move, this green line. And there still can be some kind of movement to the upside. So I'm kind of waiting. The S&P has barely moved with respect to today's open. NASDAQ has made a lot of a move. So today's trades, this 1A setup, this is here to the green. I went ahead and closed out the S&P just because it wasn't moving. And our resilience numbers sort of give me some scares. Overall, this is still a bull market. Things are good. We've got support across the board. I'm looking for today stronger setups from there and weaker setups from here. These are my setups today. And while NASDAQ was doing this, it looks like it's still continuing to go. So the S&P trade might actually take off. I wonder if I should maybe try something for it. Maybe I can get back in on it. Yes.
How do I get diagnosed with photosensitivity from optometrist? Are you trying to get like illegal tinted car windows? Is that what you're doing, Highway King? This is proof that I've practiced long enough, okay?
So you're trying to get like extra tint on his contact?
Yeah, illegal tint. I already have it.
You already get illegal tinted contacts? That's hilarious, dude. It's like, is there like a network, like an underground network where you just get like a dealer to hook you up with like
the prescription for illegal tinted car windows?
Yeah. So what would be the point of having tinted whatever contacts?
No. Who said contacts?
What is he talking about?
He's talking about your windows.
Oh, photosensitivity, so he can get the for his windshields.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That's how they do that. That's how you can get away with it. Oh, that's hilarious. He already got it. That's hilarious.
Like, I've been in this industry long enough to know that's what you want.
It's like the guy comes in your office. He shows up in like a lowrider with spinners on it. And he's like, I need this. He's like, God, the sun is just so hard on my eyes, Doc. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, dog? And you're like, I got you, man.
Me and my buddies.
Spinners, that's a Houston joke. You guys ever seen any Paul Wall videos or something?
What, Levi, what was the question? He's asking the right question. I'm curious now to answer the question.
That is hilarious. I never thought about that. Get a doctor's prescription to allow you to have like super dark tinted windows. You know, my Porsche had super dark tinted windows. I get pulled over a couple of times for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't even see inside of
It's
it.
actually dangerous. Not because people are afraid that you're going to kidnap someone. Yes, that's one thing. But the other is the fact that at nighttime, you can't, it's so tinted that you won't be able to see other people's lights.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true. Let me show you guys. See, I can see a better picture. This is how tinted it was.
Your front windows were super tinted.
Oh yeah, dude. The whole.
God.
I wanted the whole thing to be white and black. Like you can't see anything.
Yeah, no.
They weren't like as dark as the side windows were, but they were dark. Like, I mean, you cannot see inside the sides and you can barely see inside the front. Oh yeah, because I thought it looked cooler that way. Like I wanted it to be white and black and white and black and white and black across the board. Look, I even wanted it this way because the front grille was black on white and I wanted the rims to be white on black.
I don't know. That's a very mad thing.
Come on.
Do. If I met you,
That's cool.
I would be so irritated. I'd be like, what the hell are you doing?
The windshield was still a little enough. Like it wasn't like I couldn't see out of it. It wasn't like the episode of Always Sunny. I don't know if you saw that Always Sunny where Frank, they had the van they were driving around and he the whole front window, they couldn't even see in it. It's not like that. You could see in it, but
I feel like if I drove in this car, I would put a sign in the front as I'm driving. Everybody put your fog lights on so I can actually drive and see.
Yeah. But yeah, mine you could see perfectly outside of it. It was not like it was inhibiting my vision at all. So I do not get pulled over for windshield tint. Yeah. I get pulled. I didn't drive many places as well, and I always drive at night, so you wouldn't be able to tell. I never really went anywhere in the daytime. I was working and trading. My car would like drive me to like a club or to a restaurant. That's basically it. Time I get pulled over is when I would go home, visit my mom. Like I get pulled over by like Pearland cops.
They're like, yeah, you.
Well, also because I'd have a license plate on the front, and so, you know, I don't know what the actual legality is. You're supposed to technically have a license plate on the front and back, but I think the legality is it just needs to be on the back.
Depends on the state.
And the front needs to be displayed somewhere. So I had it on my dashboard, but I'd have Pearland cops pull me over and be like, "Hey, you don't have a license plate on your car." I'm like, "Well, here it is. It's on the dashboard." And like, "Also, son, your tent is like a." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I bought." And I'm like, I just always would say I bought the car this way, and I'm you know taking it in to get it fixed. They're like, all right, well, we'll let you go this time, but get it fixed. And it depends on the state, I think. I don't have a front license plate on the Maz.
No, you don't.
I've never had a front license plate on any of my cars because I think it looks stupid.
Yeah, well, I feel like luxury cars shouldn't have it. It just it looks, because most luxury cars, the front is super curved or.
The tint's so dark you look like you got whistle tips. Oh my god. Remember that video, the whistle tip? The whistles go woo!
No.
You never seen that?
No.
Look, he wrote in chat, whistles go woo, yeah. That's old that's like boomer memes from before your day. You don't remember Bub Love? Was it named Bub Love or Rub Bub, whatever it was?
Bub Rub and Little Sis.
Yeah, Bub Love and Little Sis. Whistle go woo! Yeah, the Pearland, the Sugarland, the Friendswood cops, dude, they're all the same, man. They got nothing to do. There's no crime in those cities. They get bored. They pull you over. Friendswood cops are like, sir, do you know you were going 27? This is a 25.
Oh, I get pulled over in front of my old neighborhood all the time.
Yeah. Friendswood cop will just pull you over just to have a conversation. He'll pull you over. And you know why I'm talking to you today, son? Because you're bored. Yeah, I'm really bored. Let's have a conversation. They don't even write you a ticket. They just pull you over just to chat. Like, hey, man, want to get some coffee? It's like that in Friendswood, man. Actually, they're over the top crazy because
if I get pulled over, I'd be like, can I sit in your cop car and go beep boop, beep boop, beep boop?
Can I push buttons? Can I turn the alarm on?
Can I?
Yeah. So guys, I don't think we're getting a lot of momentum today. I'm watching VIX. It's still possible that the market can pull back a little. I hope it pulls back. I can get some better A setups, but nothing yet. That's about the time. And you remember Hide Your Keys, Hide Your Wife? You remember that guy?
I don't remember that, but I remember naming my internet Haijo Kids Haijo Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's funny.
But I didn't know where it came from.
Wait, does the small town of Iowa Colony ring any bells to you south of Houston? I've never been to Iowa Colony. How far south of Houston is that? Yeah, they did make a remix of Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife. Oh yeah. Coming in through your window, snatching your people up. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife.
What's Iowa Colony?
It's a city. It's like, is it down by like Bridge City and stuff? Hold on.
My favorite pho place is Pho Sapa, down in Bel Air. It's super good.
Hold on, wait, maps? Let me look at it really quick. Iowa Colony is... Oh, it's south of Manville. Okay, that's actually closer than I thought. It's by Sharon. How big is Iowa County? Look, that's where we're... Before we say too much, this is where we're looking to build. That's the area. How big is Iowa Colony? That's right next to Manville. That's what we're talking about. Hold on. Hold on. Population. 17,240. Yeah, so like that area, all of that looks like it's developing because Manville is developing too. Pearland ends right here. Pearland is there. And Pearland has been developing this way towards 6. And 6 is where Manville is. So all here is all like just basically podunks, country, nothing. There's just land, farms. It's back in the boons. So now like north of Manville and south of Pearland has been starting to develop. And so now this is like where the hot spot is for development. As you know, Pearland started off here and has built its way west. Now it's starting to build its way south. Cola is huge. Sienna Plantation, that's all here. That's where your gym and all this stuff is over there. This, it's like the next area. And it's close. Like, you know, people live here and work in the med center. Oh. Where the watermelons grow. You work in Sugarland, so it's not too far? Yeah, it's like really close. Cause I grew up in Pearland, so that's like right down close to us. Show me your P&L. Yeah, guys, speaking of, how'd you do today? Very curious. Not yet. You can. Alright, guys. Need y'all to whip it out. It's time. Oh, this is my protein.
So is that?
Oh, I'm gonna eat that in a little bit too. It's so good because it's like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a very boring and uneventful open though.
15 more dollars than what you started with.
My big winner was longing Nasdaq out the door. I had 2 trades today. Number 1 was yesterday when we opened. Market opened, essentially went up, traded around here, broke up, sat flat, and I just jumped in along there. Nah, made some trades there. I came in this morning like 4,000 up, didn't do anything else. And then right at the open, right here, I just long Nasdaq out the door. Goes out there to there. This is a B+ setup, open support off of upper gap fill, gap and go. So we call this upper and lower gap fill. This is our gap. We gapped up, didn't fill the gap. This white number is the confluence, as it says support right here. Support long. And I'm sitting out waiting for another opportunity.
Here's
Okay, we have another patch coming out tonight to fix up the rest of the patch notes from the split screen charts.
Bye, guys.
Oh, yeah, later. Come back with the chandelier. You need my wallet or
Yes,
something?
I do. I was gonna say.
That's why you came up there. All right.
What's the budget on the chandelier?
How much do chandeliers cost?
And 12 to 4.
4,000?
Mhm.
Dang.
I'm
Alright,
trying to keep
that's
it
fine.
below.
Okay.
I go to.
Our house, is that
That's the
Restoration
one.
Hardware?
It's like that. It's the.
Oh,
store
that's right.
next to
Okay,
Ziggy's.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, bring back a Kenny and Ziggy sandwich. I'm gonna show the stream. Yeah. I want you to get something too.
Okay. I'll hit that.
Kenny,
box.
have y'all been to Kenny and Ziggy's Delicatessen? Jewish Deli in Houston. There's 2 of them. The sandwich is like this freaking tall, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, bring back like I like the Monte Cristo they have. It's different than other Monte Cristos, but
But it's one of those things where we have to order one and split it, right? 'Cause
yeah, the sandwich is literally like 8 inches tall. There's like literally like 2 pounds of meat on it.
Oh, and one last important question. You like?
Yeah. I kind of yeah. I like the square ones that you were showing with like the crystals. It was like kind of a long sort of.
The reason why I'm going to our house.
All right. We bought a house a year ago. What was that?
Wait, what you were saying?
Oh. Hey, what's going on? I feel like I can't see, but I have a feeling something's happening. But I can hear movement. Dancing. Knew it. She's twerking. I feel like she's twerking. 890. Time for some Apex. Let's go. Thanks for breakfast, by the way.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. All right, we got to get back to the show. iDoc, everybody. Thank you for breakfast. This is why she got fired from her job as an eye doctor, twerking on the job. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right, back to it, guys. I would love for you to break down what else made the overnight long based on levels. Nothing, Joe. We didn't come close to the levels. That's it. It was just a play off of just feel. VIX was lower lows for the week, and we were opening. Let me show you here. It looked just like this. This was the high. Sorry, not the high. This was we're like the high of the cash session, and so. And we closed here. So the idea was pretend like this is where QQQ closes and now futures are trading up. My brain goes, aha, we're gapping up. So let me go ahead and long in yesterday's closes support. And then let me put a stop below that. I'm basically longing on the gap up and half gap type trade just overnight. So this is the close and now futures are implying we're in a gap up and when it's consolidating high, I said, yeah, I kind of want to get in on this. And I just planned it along and I was going to stop right about 700, give or take on that. And I was going to contemplate, like if it fell down to here, I was like, well, maybe I might add to it if it does. So then I said, well, because we had our overnights here, if it was to fall to there, I might grab some longs in a couple more accounts and then just put a stop underneath all of it to bet on the long up. Basically, the idea was just like you would get in the 1A, 1B trade, right? Long it open to support or to the resistance, or long it open, double down at blue, long to resistance. So long it open, let it ride, long it open, go to blue, double down. Just like that. It's your traditional 1A trade. It's just a little bit more clever because you're opening futures here, just like you're opening stocks there. Does that make sense? That's the setup. 500 likes. Oh, hell yeah. We did hit 1,000 viewers today, so I'll give away a Tradeify straight to fund. And how about that as a bonus? You guys like that? All right, hold on. One more thing. Labels are missing numbers. Bull zone and bear zone. The bullseye and bear zone labels are missing the numerical values. Let's put that in there. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. My developers give me update on the patch notes. We're working on the autosave to save drawings. That's what we're still working on. We're working on, because autosave is not saving your manual drawings. That's the next thing we're working on. And then another thing is the liquidity map updating. Like, look, you see how if I, well, you won't see it now, but it has to do with this updating. When you click both of these things, it should update first time. But say an example is if I were to change the ticker here to something else, I'd have to change it and change back to get this to trigger the update. So we're gonna have to change that on event sort of logic there. And by the way, if you guys are just tuning in, you know, my name's Matt. I am a full-time futures trader. I've been doing futures trading I've been trading for 15 years. I'm also the CEO of the Rockseer company that built this trading platform. I'm also the CEO of the Rocket Place company that built the marketplace. I'm also the star of Lunch Money with Matt, which is the midday lunchtime futures trading show with My Funded TV. So if you guys are just tuning in, that's all I do, all my stuff. But mostly transparent trading. We're like the most transparent traders on Wall Street. Everything I do live on screen. There's a camera on me 9 hours a day. You guys can watch me trade, ask me questions, see my setups. Currently, I'm on a path to go to live with Tradeify. This is my third live account. I've gone live with ETF. I've gone live with My Funded. Now I'm going to go live with Tradeify. My goal is to earn a live account with every major prop firm, just to say I can do it. I don't even care about the live account using it. Doesn't matter to me. They're usually small sizes. They're like baby accounts. I have a real futures account that I trade my real futures in, personal account. So this is more like just to show off against the other, you know, Ben Twit's social media influencer world that, you know, show them how good I am just to earn it. That's on Top Step. Top Step is good. I'd say it's one of the top 10 firms, probably my 10th place on my list. But My Funded Futures and Funded Next are significantly better than Top Step for the price. All things being equal, we've proved many times over, and the Top Step guys hate when I make that post. But Funded Next is better than Top Step as far as what you get. It's cheaper. Top Step has a monthly fee. Funded Next has no monthly fee. Top Step is an activation fee. Funded Next is no activation fee. Top Step is 90% split of your profits. They take 10% of it. Funded Next takes 0. So side by side, and they're both end of the day drawdown accounts. So the Funded Next Rapid account is 4 days to pay out. Top Step's flagship account is 7 days to pay out. So like side by side, Funded Next has become currently right now probably the top US prop firm. I think like in our community, and I think probably by the end of this year will probably be slated with these offerings to probably be one if not the top US prop firm. It's growing so fast. That offering is just too good to be true. There's two types of accounts of Funded Next. There is the Rapid, which is a quicker path to payout, but it's smaller payouts with a cap. And then after so many payouts, you go uncapped. And then there's the Legacy, which is uncapped from the start, but it's a longer path to payout. Legacy is 8 days to pay out from start to finish. Rapid is 4. That's the major difference. Anyone ever had issues with Funded Next payouts? Absolutely not. The only issues people ever had with Funded Next, at least on futures, Funded Next Forex, just like any Forex firm, has its history of like denying payouts, but Forex is a world full of scammers. You're in countries with no, you know, policing and people break laws, and they have to kind of be like stricter globally. In the US, Funded Next Futures has had 0 backlash on social media for payout denials. I've received a ton of money from them through payouts. Every payout within 24 hours. So personally, no bad experience with them personally. Yeah. The only issues people had was with their website, and like once you got funded your account, for a while, their website was like having delays and their customer service was backed up. They had these crazy massive sales, and then they got backed up for like a week or two, and then they fixed their infrastructure to kind of make it better. So now there's no issues. But there was a time when, you know, I mean, it's just like any other place. You go to like the new hot restaurant and you have to wait 2 hours for a table. Yeah, that sucks. But once you get in, it's good, you know. But other than that, it was it's been pretty good experience. Was I shorting? Nah, no shorting. No, sir. Yeah, no shorting today for me. I like to see a big red flesh candle come out of nowhere. That'd be hype. Heck. Oh, wait a minute. It's looking pretty good, like it wants to try to run. Nothing bearish about this. It's actually picking up some steam. This is what I would consider like that hour-long confirmation, and this would be the support. Everything looks pretty solid here. Man, I'm like, I don't know if I want to take it. I mean, I've already had such a stellar day. No, we haven't done the giveaway yet. Speaking of, we do have the finals of the songwriting competition. We have enough people here. You guys want to wrap that up? Because we've got a couple more to listen to. We need to have a rescue round. We have our top 7 songs in the finals. You need to rescue one of the songs that got voted out. Get to our top 8. So from the rescue round, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna just jam for like the next 20 minutes. So we're gonna play all the songs. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have a rescue round. We've got 7 songs that got knocked out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is we got a finals round. I'm gonna have to make another form. We're gonna vote on a rescue song. So you guys get to rescue one song that didn't make it. How do is there like no way to duplicate form? Oh, what? Make a copy, there we go. Okay. We had a songwriting contest of people to write trading themed and rock scooter themed or just degen themed songs out of hundreds, like 200 something submission. We have narrowed it down to the top 7, and now we have an 8th seed that we need to fill with 7 of the songs that lost in the finals round. Calling it the finals rescue round. These are all A+ songs. They're amazing. They're written by members of our community. It's such a fun event that we do twice a year. And so I'm building this form right now for us to they're going to vote on which song, and they're going to be a poll, and you just go in, or a rating. You go in there and just rate the song. So I'm getting it all set up for you guys. We're just gonna play them back to back. Letting you guys know that neither of the Whoosh fan songs made it to the end. Both the Whoosh fan songs did not make it to the finals. So here are... Yeah, let me get the... Oh, crap. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Okay. Let me grab the links and I'll put this out there for you guys to see. I have to hit them all one at a time. You guys join our Discord if you want to participate. We're getting all kind of prizes for the winners. Everybody that made it to the finals is gonna get some prop accounts. If you made it to the winners circle, you're gonna get lifetime rocket scooter. You're gonna get all kind of stuff, yearly subscriptions, huge discounts. Everybody who made the finals is gonna get a huge discount on lifetime if you didn't win lifetime. Or maybe I might do it where everybody that participated. Maybe I just make it where everyone. Maybe we just do a discount for lifetime in general. I'll think of something. The prize is gonna be awesome once I get to the end of this. I gotta design the prizes. So let me get all these So I'm sitting out. I don't have any trades right now. I'm chilling. Waiting for something to show up. Maybe a dip to buy would be nice. I was in and out, which is pretty nice. You guys get to go pick one of these 7 songs. Which one do you want to rescue? So I'm typing this form really quick. And we'll do our prop firm giveaway in just a little bit, so don't go anywhere. You guys can participate in the songwriting contest. We have a song submission channel in our Discord. If you go to the Discord, the link is in the description below the video. You can join it. All you have to do is submit any song, whatever it is. Funny songs, serious songs, doesn't matter. It makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes us cheer, makes us shout for the market. Whatever you guys think. We have a huge event. We'll probably do one even closer to the end of the year. Do it again. All right. Okay. All right, so here's the link. Everybody get in there. Here's the link to vote. Listen to the songs. I'm going to play them also just to finish out the stream, but listen to the songs, rate them 1 to 5. All right. Get y'all's votes in. Hold on. We got everything here. Did I get everybody's name right on the list? I think I did. Okay, cool. So without any hesitation, I'm gonna just kind of jam through. We're gonna set a little playlist here and go through the final songs. Now, as we're seeing right here, we're bouncing the open multiple times, and resilience is actually better off here than it was on previous bounces. It actually just got stronger. So this is actually a stronger potential long bounce on S&P. I kind of just for fun want to get back in on this because the signal is much stronger now. And let me play this in another account. Keeping it light. Okay, let's get the songs going here. Okay, the first song in the rescue round. Again, of the final 7 songs I'm mentioning here, you guys get to decide. Only one of them goes to the next round. Go to that form I typed in and vote. Oh, I can't even put the link in here. Let's create a short URL.
Dreams leave me wanting more. Volatility's a mistress, she don't play fair. Tick by tick, I'm just a wolf in a lair. Stop loss whispers try to hold me back, but my leverage is a train on a one-way track. I hedge my bets with a smirk and a frown, cause I know every peak's gotta come down. Futures flashing green, red, green, living on the edge of the trading machine. Let me get down on your liquidity pocket. I need a place to park my rocket. Riding the waves till the market unlocks it. Liquidity pocket, liquidity pocket. Liquidity pocket, liquidity pocket. Wanna like it, it's a mister, she don't play fair. Tick by tick, I'm just a wolf.
This is called Liquidity Pocket by Tech Trader. Liquidity Pocket, I got a rocket in my pocket. The thing is that upper DD band is sort of like where the end of the long trade is. The resilience indicator just got better on this last tap. That's what I wait to see. Is there any kind of improvement to the situation? And as we've been bouncing on this all morning, with the resilience at 7 and 8 and 10, now we're bouncing off it again, the resilience at 20. So that's actually a better setup. Liquidity pocket. I've got a rocket in my pocket. All right, that's song number 1. Got Let It Ride. Song number 2, also by Tech Trader. Yeah, be right back. Progression break, and we'll do our giveaway as soon as I get back.
let's fucking blow. Even if it's wrong, just put it in the right place. Let's ride. It's a rocket scooter kind of night. Let's fucking ride. Is it wrong if it feels so right?
All right, so with a slight little pullback, this is a long entry point for sure. Here to there, B setup, B plus. With stronger resilience, it's hard to believe we're gonna break lows with the stronger resilience. This is the long entry. This is long entry for me here. I'm looking strictly at this being better than it was here. So the fact that it's better, it's a lower likelihood that we break through lows. So it's more likely to still sustain. That's what I'm hoping. Although it does look like it's building off to crash out. It's a really tight stop if I'm wrong. So this should be where that long is if it holds. All right. To B plus from half gap would be great. Like I said, I kept it light at 2 contracts just in case it held, and hopefully it doesn't drop down lower than this. Lower likelihood that would happen. But even if it does, that's good. I've got all A plus down in here and I can fight this a little harder down at the bottom. That's Let It Ride by Tech Trader. Next song is Scooter Vibes by Sir Darb.
Watch the profits grow. Chart swinging side to side. Other gurus, wild ride. Scooter tools, island breeze. Stacking bags with so much ease. Rocket scooter, ride the chill flow. Bag stacking high while the candles glow. Half gap by. Sipping piña colada, profit wave smooth like cool reggae agua.
So I'm hoping that this right in here holds very well. It should, technically speaking, being stronger, it shouldn't be finding much lower lows, but at least half gap support would be where I'd wanted to support at. Only grabbed 2 to keep it light, but it did pull back and come through the middle. I can easily stop this one out. That's just the one here that was 300 under.
While the candles glow, half gap by. Sipping piña
We'll do giveaway in like 10 minutes.
profit wave smooth like cool reggae agua. Yeah. Catch that wave, let the market sway. Scooter
It's so crazy the S&P didn't even move today.
green candles dancing, sun on my face. Rocket scooter keeps my bag in place. Rocket scooter
People are still sort of like finicky.
chill flow. Back stacking high
Oops.
while the candles glow. Half gap by. Sipping piña colada.
There's been no upside movement today.
Profit wave smooth, so smooth like cool reggae agua. Yeah.
People still remembering yesterday for sure.
Scooter skanking, charts be banking.
Or Friday for sure.
Scooter skanking,
Let's get that, hold that half gap. Come on, hang in there. Get back up there.
scooter skanking, charts be banking. Scooter skanking, charts be banking.
Okay, that was Sir Darb Scooter Vibes. Next song is going to be Bateman's Unmasking Smart Money. Oh, this was unexpected. I didn't think we'd go all the way on the half gap, but we can. So this is the next stop is half gap. So hopefully get that nice little B plus and A setup. I'm just holding through it. I can take a little bit of drawdown, which is fine. I'll play all of this today.
They smoke of charts, relics dusty gleam, of candles burn, a fading ancient dream. Fibonacci spirals, patterns drawn in vain. Past price predicts, a logic we disdain. Supply and demand, a random wild affair.
Creative just like crashes out.
Floating in the air, while gurus peddle Lambos.
This again.
Glib and grand, their lagging lines won't give you a helping hand. Your broker's dark pool, an unseen murky sea. Your
He always picks like the greatest time of the morning to like
just brown in motion.
freeze up.
It's random sway, no foresight found, just yesterday's dismay. But hear the gears, rocket when the engines burn. Positional risk, the secret we impart. We predict the volume right from the start. Forget the past, no rearview mirrors gaze. We're trading tomorrow's profile through the haze. Not random guesses, but mechanical.
Order filled, order filled, order filled.
All right, I'm gonna buy the dip right here in S&P. Sorry, I always scare you guys when I do that. Now you got a heart attack. Just here, slightly higher. I'm gonna add, I just added one contract and 3 accounts. So here I'm gonna do a little bit more here on the edge. I know, I freak you guys out.
Bear zones, risk laid bare defined. A 5-point spread, a purpose they're designed. Hedge pressure levels,
All right.
gold and blue they gleam. Where market makers work, a hedging stream. No price in sight, just delta's urgent call. A guaranteed volume, spike before you fall. Then BD and resilience are indexed.
Here's the tap.
A lie detector for the S&P sky. For arbitrage, when stocks pull out of line, we snap them back, a market maker sign. And monthly math,
I didn't expect this to pull back so hard today. Kind of nice. Yeah, so this is like, that kind of gave me a little fake out signal. It was actually looking much better here. So I was actually excited to grab that dip. But it fell down to here, which is a little bit heavier. Remember, this is the account I was planning on taking about 2,000 worth of loss on. So if we fall into the A setup, I'm absolutely fine on that. I made most of my money doing the other trades. So now it's time to grab some more. Let's get that half gap long. I don't want to add to it at half gap. I'm going to add to it down here on this account. Other accounts, as you guys heard me, I'm adding to other accounts right now. You guys heard the order filled. Sorry, I was trying to mute that so I don't freak you guys out.
guesses, but mechanical might. Unmasking smart money, shining pure and bright.
All right, unmasking smart money. By Bateman. We have Stock Market Wizard by Ty.
It was years ago.
Half gap boy. That's right, we there.
Let go from his job, was making a great wage. He studied chemicals, then decided to trade. Started on a journey, Noah's trader's paradise. The platform was born after years of market pain. Long nights of drinking those Monster Energy drinks. Blood pressure started to rise, but he pursued his dream. Doctors said no go, so he cut
All right, guys. So today we'll be doing a TPT giveaway. So Take Profit, 40% off. This is what I love about Take Profit. You guys haven't tried them out. Hold on. Take Profit is currently 40% off. It's amazing. Take Profit is the second most used affiliate code that we have. Period. You guys absolutely love Take Profit Trader. What people love about it, you can get payouts from day one once funded. That's it. And you get payouts every single day. It is 2 days to pass, and then no consistency once funded. Literally, it's trailing drawdown with no consistency when funded. People literally like go in there, hit them hard, even YOLO them, and go straight for payout first day. I mean, it's crazy. Once you're funded and once you're live, you can start getting payouts from the very first day. No 5 days to pay out, none of that. So Take Profit is by far one of everybody's favorite accounts. That's the whole reason for it. It is fantastic. Since they have a live program, I might try to achieve live with their program as well as one of the steps. My goal this year is to get live in every major prop firm just to show off and say I can do it. Beat all the challenges to show how good I am at trading. And I might actually do it just to do it. Just for the hell of it. So we'll see. So type in TPT, baby. I grabbed that dip at half cap. You know the drill. I hope they're on this one, but I grabbed another account so you guys heard it on the screen. Type in TPT, guys. And every single time. All right, 2 more songs. Get your votes in. The link is in the poll in chat. This is Updates in Real Time by Tech Trader. Let me double check this. Yeah, resilience is still good. So hopefully we get the hef gap balance. It'd be great.
Pixel skies, neon glow, rocket scooter on the go. Used to sketch, used to grind, now it updates in real time. Blueprints scattered on.
Like I said, if you guys haven't used Take Profit Trader, they're fantastic. We get 40% off permanently with these guys. I'm gonna give away 2 50K test accounts for you guys to check it out. So 2 of you guys will win that. Then we'll give away a Tradeify straight to funded after this. Like I said, Take Profit is our second most used code behind Rocket Scooter funded next for Rapids. The bulk of our community uses Take Profit. This is y'all's favorite.
Rocket
for the longest time. Now second favorite. And I see why. Very quick to get to funded, very quick to get to payout. Simple as that. Captain Jack, number 1. Winner, number 1. Don't turn into sell-off market again today. Nobody wants to see that. NASDAQ is looking stupid. All the indicators are looking good though to support here, so I'm not worried about this. If it sells off, I'll be very surprised. It is a VIX thing though. VIX above contango midpoint creates a little bit of additional sensitivity and movement. Lack of liquidity in the short term. All right, winner number 1, Captain Jack, sir. These accounts are worth 170 bucks. You're welcome.
What's this new sorcery? Rocket scooter flying high, levels change, don't ask why, no more sweat, no more
Simon Fraser, let's go.
rocket scooter, it's the vibe. 3 times back, I feel alive, now levels update in real time.
My broski, there you go. You guys know the drill. Go to Discord, talk to Slacks, go to the contest channel, and my Discord link is in the description below. Send a message to Slacks. They'll tell you what to do. You need to have an account with TPT already. Like I said, you want instant payouts from day 1. Daily payouts every day. Take profit is great. They said this is a fan favorite here. People that used to go to Apex now all use Take Profit. That's where they go. You can't get the voting link to work for the poll? Hold on, let me make sure the link is right. Make sure it's open to the public. Hold on. I could have messed it up. Oh, shoot. Why is it not? It's published. Anyone with the link can manage. Okay. Why can't I? Oh, I can. Okay. Yeah. I cut and paste the link in a browser and it worked for me, so it seems to be fine. It has 50 responses so far. So maybe you just typed it in wrong. And last but not least, because if you guys haven't tried Take Profit, it's really good, according to everyone else here. It's personally one I've never used, just full disclosure. I just don't have capacity to trade every firm out there. But it's on the list of next one to go to. They just kind of ramped up in popularity while I'm in the middle of this Tradeify challenge that I'm doing. All right. So, despite the popularity of one of our favorite songs, Whoosh Fan, it didn't make it to the finals. So now it's in the rescue round. Technically, Whoosh Fan is off of the high volume pivots, which is here. All right, so type in Tradeify this time. We'll give away a Tradeify straight to funded. Every day we get to 1,000 viewers. I'll toss you guys a Tradeify straight to funded account. This is my gift to the community for y'all being loyal to us. It cost me about like 500 bucks a pop, so that's like giving you guys what, 10 grand a month with this stuff. I have to go. They give us something to give away, but but the bonus, I go out and buy extra. So this is from my pocket because I love you guys. One of you is about to become a funded trader, immediately funded with this straight to funded program. It's amazing. That's what I trade with right here. It's a great all-around solid program, straight to funded. You skip the eval side, so you get rid of all the psychology of trading and eval. From day one, it matters. Everything you make contributes to your balance. 5 days to payout, 20% consistency rule, which means it's 5 days to payout basically. You got to get to your target in 5 days, which is it. Daily loss limit is a big fat amount, so it's very hard to hit it. It's not like it's really tight on the 0 point. I was so excited to see a little half gap bouncing action here. You guys have officially heard all the songs. I'm gonna spin the wheel. We do giveaways every single day on the stream, in the morning, in the afternoon, throughout the day. On My Funded TV, we do giveaways 10 to 20, sometimes 50 accounts on my segment there. I'll be there in about an hour. So feel free to join me on that show with Lunch Money with Matt. You guys have officially heard all 7 songs. The link is in the poll. Go vote. Get your responses in. The song with the highest average rating will make it to the finals round. Man, this is starting to sell a little harder than I thought. It's the legend of Mib. Omar, you are the winner, buddy. And Omar, you've been here long enough. You know the drill. Message Slacks and Discord. You guys have any question about how to do it? Here's what you do when you win one of our contests. You're going to go to the description below the video. Go to our Discord, join our Discord, go to our contest channel there, talk to an admin named Slacks, tell them you won the contest, take a screenshot of your YouTube ID from inside your account. Send them that picture. Make sure you have an account with Tradeify or Take Profit, depending on which one that you won. And then he'll give you the instruction how to claim your account. With Tradeify, we're going to give you a code. With Take Profit, we're going to assign the account to your, no, we're not going to assign the account to you. We're going to assign credits to your account. And then when you go buy the account, you check out with those credits. Looks like there's a 50% off flash sale of any plan for new users only with My Funded Futures. That's kind of cool. Let me double check that, with my guy here. Congrats to the winners. Okay, get your votes in for the songwriting. Just kind of repeating, you know, we do our giveaways are hosted by our prop partners. Currently, there's a 90% off sale at Elite Trader Funding, which is good for their one steps, which is their trailing drawdown account, which is good. 50% off. Oh, wait, hold on. So a little more information about it. There's a 50% off new plan for any user, My Funded Futures. There's 25% off, buy one, get one, 25% off for existing users. I think code Rocket Scooter should work for those. They still have the $199 sim funded resets going on. 40% off at Tradeify. They've also had some recently like huge cool rule changes at Tradeify, which is nice. Teacher's Desk is 70% off of static, 50% off end of the day for their fall sale with code Rocket Scooter. Take Profits 40% off. Apex is 80% off. So that's all the cool deals going on. Hey, half gap and drop. No. Well, actually, I do want to trade some more of my accounts here. Let's do it. And half gap looking good with positive res. This would be so weird if this were to fill the gap. Okay. Oops. Go, Nasdaq, go. Hang in there, bro. Looking a little gnarly there. Hopefully get the bounce point here, be nice. I am actually don't want to add yet. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm going to take the risk here. I'm very close to blue, but that's all right. 5 or 6 will be my max here. So I just added 2 more here at half cap. So that's it. Yep. Giveaway's over, guys. Thanks for participating. We love y'all. The music is frozen here. There we go. All right, so make sure you get your votes in for the Rescue Your Favorite Song round. I was so surprised to see Whoosh Fan got knocked out. Which is a fan favorite. That can be rescued by EST. EST was by T6. Whoosh Fan was by T6. And so the better of the 2 T6 songs, according to you guys, was the EST on the voting. EST every single time. The form is in the poll in the description, or sorry, in the chat here. And it's also in the announcements in Discord. All right. Market, don't die today. Let's get the, come on, let's hang in there. Let's hang in there. All right. Looking solid. Bum 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 boom ba doom ba doom boom boom ba boom. It's just a weird, I guess, just retracing all that move last night, but obviously Nasdaq has A+ down here. If this decides to just crash out today and break everybody's hearts, it does. I'm going to take the half gap bet just because all indicators are looking okay. S&P sort of got worse though. It's not in a better space than it was earlier. It's kind of in a worse spot. But it's still okay. Anything above 0, I'm still somewhat okay with. I'm watching VIX out of the corner of my eye just to make sure VIX isn't going to town anymore on these red candles. VIX is starting to tighten up, which is nice. I like to see the little bit of consolidation on VIX, which hopefully any volatility hopefully gets squashed. If this starts to work its way lower and dies today, that's what we're dealing with. But we were on the edge of bear market last week. The market rescued on Friday, saved itself today. Is this crashing out market day? Your guess is as good as mine. So I don't know. I kind of want to see this hold there. Any break of this, we've got no support till down inside of liquidity pocket. So I'm like, you know. That the crash out would be tomorrow with the US shutdown. Yeah, to view fixed futures, I'm using Thinkorswim. That's what I use for fixed futures. You got to save the whoosh fan, Joe. Got to get your vote in for it. And then the top 8, it's gonna be crazy. So we'll do those finals tonight, and then we have the giveaway and humor categories. So we'll finish this afternoon. Will be the finals of the songwriting contest. So everybody needs to be here. All right, I got my longs in. I got my, well, I guess the song goes, I got my puts, baby, but I got my longs, baby. I was so excited that we were going to support here. It was definitely, this is normally a buy sign. When you support with a better resilience, it's usually a buy, but it looks like we got some stock selling. So that one trapped me, but I kept the price low anyways. 1A is always a small trade. Then we fell the half gap and I added a little bit more to it. Now, the only problem I have right now is facing a little bit extra drawdown in case it does fall into hedge pressure, which is where the final end of this. I am in a little too early right now, I would say. I personally wanted to hold through this and hit it at half gap. But let me trim it down to 3 because I didn't want to be in 4 right here. 3 is good. That gives me on the 10 points another 750 of drawdown, which is totally fine. I can hold that 750 pretty easily. S&P is just not moving today for whatever reason. This market is not like an S&P. It's liking Nasdaq a little bit more at the open, but S&P companies aren't getting a lot of love. Yeah, I don't think we're bearish. I think we're bullish. Greater market indicators all bullish. 81 DD. Monthly maps is bullish. We're above MHP, which is bullish. So hopefully it stays. It's a B plus setup, which means we consider B pluses like 60-40. So it's not a real number. This is just kind of estimate of what it will. We haven't really done a back test on this, but we know that it's better than 50%. The estimate back, we haven't done a rigorous back test. Initial back test, it's roughly 60-40 when it's B plus. So a higher probability that it bounces rather than breaks. And actually the 60-40 is applied here. So it's more like 60% of this side of half gap versus 40% here, i.e. the index product is following the stocks it's tracking. If the stocks themselves are bullish from half gap, then the index is also bullish from half gap. So the idea is if it falls to here, it definitely goes back up to the top. This is greater than 0. But I can't take a long from here. It's just, it's like the idea is I have to assume that even from here can fall to there and I'd have to add to it. So I have to make sure that the position I'm in can sustain a move to fill the gap, and then I always will buy the gap fill as long as this is greater than 0. So roughly we say when it's B plus, it's about 60-40. It's very high probability that it closes above half gap by the end of the day relative to breaking through when res is greater than 0, which is exactly why. So one of the trades is 1A, which is longing at the open. This is the open price, which is what I'm doing, which is what I did on S&P. See, like Nasdaq open 1A is at the same place as half gap S&P, which is also another entry point. So when I'm longing, it's here, here, and here considered together. If we open here, I usually will long there and I will either add at half gap. If there's a significant drop, I'll add at it. This is more than 10 points. I'm definitely adding at it. If they're really tight, like a tight gap, I'll wait to fill the gap and then add. I'll skip the middle and just hold all the way down and then add to it, then hold up. This is an interrupted hedge pressure, which is a higher probability A minus. This is roughly considered 70%, 30%. 70% chance we stay above it by, or not stay above it, but like close above it by the end of the day. 30% chance we close below it. So I'm just trading with odds. And like I said, because it's, 60%. And all the confluences are pretty decent. I'm taking the long here. So support, blue is saying possible resistance. It's like, so the confluence of blue is not that good. If it falls to here, it's a higher probability that it breaks because it's A minus. So normally it's like 80-20, A minus is roughly 70%, give or take. So this was very unexpected, this right here. That's for sure. I mean, DD band resistance is something that we normally resist. That's why I close all my longs here. Only 4% of days break through the green line and keep going. So that's actually another thing. 96% of days do close below the upper green. So we all know at Rocket Scooter, DD band is the perfect exit target. This is from our handouts. You guys have gone through our bootcamp program. It's all here in the handout. If you look at the handout here, the upper band, 4% of days make it above and close above. I usually, like I tell you guys, I wait like an hour, then let it bounce, then try to take another scalp if I find it. In this particular case, I didn't get a nice clean breakout. So normally it breaks out and then rallies some more for like an hour, and then it'll test, then I'll take the long. This just chopped around, so I didn't take it. So we are resisting inside the bands is the most stable place for this to end up. I'm looking for right now maybe one more little red flush candle to squeeze out whatever shorts that are, or stops that are there. And any red candle, I think, does this. Let me draw what I think is going to happen. Just one more scare candle. Traps and bears. A wick. And then a flip. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I'm not entirely sure that'll happen, but that's what I want to see. Even here would be good. Draw that a little better. You want to hear the P&L song? After I made my trade. NASDAQ, where S&P falls 10 points, NASDAQ will fall 40. So the S&P and NASDAQ, we're going to both have their bounce point roughly close to the same spot. If NASDAQ bounces, it's 788. If S&P bounces, it's 6702. There's our lucky whoosh fan that we have drawn for hedge pressure just to hang on to it. I bet you bears had fun shorting this one at the top. Bringing in that red candle to life, I know, right? Yeah, you guys can download all the songs, by the way, if you want to hear it. S&P's feeling a little heavy, though. VIX sort of just sitting there, and I hope VIX isn't moving higher, but... Here it comes. There's the flusher. piano. Now whip it out. It's looking pretty sell-offy. I'm not the biggest fan of this setup for longs though. Honestly, I hate the way that these ejection plays work out off of DD band. A lot of times it's like, it looks like it's gonna sell off half the time. And the minute it scares everybody out on the long side, then it rallies up. It does feel like it's pulling down a little bit. From feel of it, like you can just feel the heaviness on the bid. So I can feel it. Like it's not a lot holding it up right now. Manifesting that red candle into existence. Maybe I can trim it back down to 2 instead of having 4 and let it and get 4 at the overshoot. That's what I'll do. I really don't want to hold 4 in the middle. I'd rather get 4 from here. Started with the whoosh fan. Give me that hedge pressure though. Give me that hedge pressure. That's what I want to see here. Damn it, Hugo. Did you short the 95.5s, Hugo? Did you short them? Oh, you gotta get your confidence up, man. Yeah, I drew it. It's right here. That's the one. Give us that shitty flush. I'm okay with 2 as well. I mean, I think I got in a little heavier than I wanted to. Or it'd be too much at half cap. Come up, my candle friends. Come up. Move up. How we doing? Give me them greens, baby. Sorry, I was texting. We're getting a chandelier today in the living room. HP would be nice. Don't die today, Market. Okay. No! I thought we were gonna move off of this. I'm now. This is boring. Resilience is now on the edge here. You better hang on to half gap. It was getting excited to see a little bit of bounce of this. There we go. Give me that green. That's what I want to see. Oh, I got some stuff I gotta do. Hold on one second. I know I'm not paying attention to you guys right now. I've got, you know me. I got to trade, run the show, run a company, talk to all the partners, talk to employees. I got a million things I always got to do here. All right, I'm back. It's not over till it's over now. Love that song. Starship, right? It's not over till we get it right. Hugo, you're a mess. Hugo. Is Hugo back to trading? How'd it turn out with Hugo? Is he doing all right these days? How's my boy Hugo doing? That's the real question. Is Hugo surviving? Oh yeah, that's right. Lenny Kravitz did do a remake of it, didn't he? I remember that from maybe the late 90s. Hugo, why didn't you take that 1 point chart? Look, man, I'm in no place to judge people's trading styles. Whatever works for them, works for them. I don't know, dude. I don't think there's, I mean, maybe you got to be some kind of hummingbird level of detail of just to be able to trade a point a pop. I wouldn't emulate that at all. I'm not trying to, no shade being thrown. He's legend in his own mind. But look, for people considering maybe I should go learn that, please don't. I don't think that's a real strategy. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I don't think it's possible to be consistent with doing that. And as hard as it is, even being directly mentored, that person, Hugo, lost his shit. Why didn't you short? Because it, what was it, 97.5, 94.5, 96.5? It seemed like trade and noise, and you'd have to be a Steven level genius to be able to do it. I don't think you have to have some kind of intellect capability to be able to do. The average person can figure out how to do that. You need a huge amount of capital, a lot of money. You got to be very quick on your toes, almost like math genius upstairs. I don't think that that's a teachable strategy. The average Joe trying to learn day trading. I wouldn't consider that's like next level market making level trading. So the average person, like maybe I kind of want to learn how to do that. I don't think you can be able to. Yeah, like you need like the world's sharpest discretion. You need like 30 years of experience to be able to see markets that quick. That's not a beginner level thing. That Hugo guy, bless his heart, looked fucking lost. He was like almost scared, like he didn't know what was going on, which you have to be like superhuman level of sometimes you just can't emulate what a grandmaster can do because they're just so outside of the realm of what's possible of like somebody just getting started out. Let's get some green on the board. I'm liking it. Yeah, that's like what 40 years of experience looks like manifest. And yeah, he's great at doing it. You know, the grandmaster can freaking master it like nobody's business. But the average trader, man, it's not like you can just, unless you're just some kind of savant at like numbers and markets and very quick in math, it's like something that you can just easily kind of like jump into, I guess. We're getting some movement. That's looking kind of nice. Little red candle there. How he treats Hugo is how evil dictators are born. Oh yeah, like there's a villain being made. Yeah, Steven's showing like a whole nother level of genius level math mind. That's just like, or 43 years of experience. That's what he said. It's responding to the haters. Oh, dude. So yeah, I didn't make a video like why I sell a trading course. And it was all a bunch of bullshit. Like, why you sell a trade? Why do you sell anything? Because you need money. If the amount of money is small, then you need a small amount of money. It's like the easiest thing in the world. No businessman's going to start a business and break even and make, want to make $1,000 a month in a business. You would cut the business in lieu of something better. It's the easiest way in the world to know somebody is desperate or doesn't have than what you think they have. I wouldn't, if I was worth 100 million, I wouldn't accept a business. That's why Elon Musk isn't coming over and investing in your food truck. Well, but it'll make $10,000 a month of profit. He's not going to be like, oh, well, geez, I can get 10% as a partner of your $10,000. I can make $1,000 a month. That's great. You can invest in every taco truck in the world. The degree of what you want to base your business around is about what kind of money you find palatable, worth your time. A $100 millionaire is not going to think that $1,000 or like trading courses is worth their time. That's how you know they don't have any money. You know what I'm saying? Try to whet a billionaire's beak and an opportunity that'll make them $5,000 a month. No matter how much you like money, once you get to be wealthy, it's about time, return on money. There's a million opportunities out there that come your way. They're all good. You're looking for one that's worth your level of time and effort. Anybody worth $1 million would sell trading courses. You know why? Because you'll make $1 million a year. That's doubling your net worth. If you're worth 50 million, you're selling a trading course, you're a fucking fraud. It's not worth your time. What's $1 million when you have 50? You'd rather take 50 million and go into fucking commercial real estate to make 50 million a year off of it. You wouldn't be wasting your time. You see what I'm saying, you guys? Like, y'all have to be smart. I'm a very smart businessman. Like, the degree at which I invest in further now is to grow wealth into bigger wealth. I wouldn't make 100 million, decide I want to inch my way forward by making a couple extra thousand. You know what I mean? So, yeah. He made a response video to all the criticism everything and why I sell trading courses, and it's all talking about how good he thinks the course is. It's completely stupid. Why do I sell a trading course? I don't. It's $1 class. The reason it has a fee to it is because we have 2 employees. I built the business to break even on that. So y'all pay for the employees. So we don't have to pay them. And it's like, okay, as long as it pays for itself, then it's sustainable. And you guys support two people that their salary, that is a significant amount of money. And so that's worth it to them. And for us, Rocket Suitor gets big and yeah. Oh, somebody says, what is Hugo? Hugo's an inside joke. I interviewed this like legendary trader on Friday on my show. And he was mentoring two people live on air. And he was shouting at them like and insulting them and stuff live on air. It was really funny. And the poor guy was just like, you know, in a Wall Street way, not in a mean way, but like in a Wall Street sort of like, you know, no mercy sort of attitude. And so the guy's name was Hugo. Yeah, the guy behind Steven. So basically in the middle of the interview, Steven would be talking. He'd say, Hugo, did you short the 95.5s? And Hugo would be like, no. He's like, no, I didn't. If he said no, Steven would go, come on, Hugo. Why didn't you short? You don't have confidence. That's what it is. You need confidence. We need to get your confidence up. And Hugo would just like, he's like, yeah. That's rough, man. Well, that's you getting taught by someone like that, man. He's gonna be like a drill instructor. It's like, no mercy, man. He ain't there to make you feel good. Yeah, Hugo just like politely smiled. Yeah. What's Stephen K's strategy? I honestly tried to ask him. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I couldn't figure it out myself. I was asking him, trying to get to explain it. Because all I was doing was like trying to interrupt him to ask questions because you guys were asking me questions. And it's a combination of some divergence type indications and patterns like basically moving averages in MACD. And he kept saying chart patterns, but he didn't say what they were, like what kind of candle or flag patterns he looked for. He just has time charts and MACD moving averages. That's it. I think he's trading like around a really small, he had an exponential moving average, which means it's a quick acting average. So he's probably scalping off of moves that move quickly above or below the average and just scalping it back to the average. That might be the strategy. And that really only works if you're trading a really large position size. Oh shit, I gotta go in a minute. Which does make sense. If you're gonna scalp 1 or 2 points with 50 contracts, you'll make some money doing that. But you guys trading a contract or two, you're not gonna make it worth your time to really push at it for that small of a... Yeah, like the Nasdaq moves up and down 2 points every time you pause between words in a sentence. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Yeah, like I'll let you guys know, any on another topic, what somebody said earlier, anybody out there selling a trading course and investing 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day into selling it and promoting and talking about it, that's worth 8 hours of their time. 8 hours worth of my time is worth $50,000. That's what a day of my work is worth. Okay, so I'm looking to make $50,000 a day, right? So if I'm doing something that's making, you know, $500 a day, it's really going to tell you that that's what my time is worth and that's what I'm worth. And you can find the hole in anyone's story by calculating what they're worth. Nobody that's wealthy is going to put all their time into something that's incrementally growing that. If I were worth $100 million, like the guy I was calling out, I'd be spending that money in commercial real estate to turn hundreds of millions into billions. I wouldn't be wasting my time to try to make a couple million extra a year with somebody of that size on social media. You have a Discord. If you have a decent Discord, you'll make roughly 50K to 100K a year. An average person with a Discord, your average influencer. If you're a big influencer, you'll make $1 million a year. That's about the magnitude. Nobody's Discord is making 5 and 10 million a year. You make about $1 million if you have a huge community and popular Discord. So that's it. All the work for all these influencers makes them about $1 million a year. So you can assume the average trading course salesman at worst is gonna make another $1 million a year with endless amounts of labor. So who wants 1% gain on 100 million? That's why I know he's phony. Baloney. Okay, speaking of that, I gotta go. Live Funded TV starts in 5 minutes, you guys. As y'all know, you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. But you come back here later because I'll be live in the afternoon. Until then, Live Funded TV is where I'll be at Lunch Money with Matt. I think it's just me today, so we'll just be able trading, chilling, talking about the market, and you know, same old, same old. Thanks for tuning in every day, live front and center. All my trades shown, P&Ls shown, no question about that. We ask you guys out there to come over and support me on this channel. Here's the link. Everyone click this link below. Jump in there, say hi to Tom, give Tom some love. He's live now, but we'll switch over to me in about 10 minutes or 5 minutes. And then after that show is over in an hour, we'll come back and finish the songwriting competition later today and finish up the trading day. We'll see you later. Somebody says, Matt, do you think it's worth going after 1 or 2 points after all the setup and screens you got? Maybe it's just me. No, I don't think it's you want my personal opinion? I'm not out there to circle jerk a bunch of influencers. I don't think that's a profitable strategy, but that's just me. I don't think you can nobody can recreate that. If he's figured out a way to do it, then only he can do it. Yeah. I don't think any of you should try to go out there to micro scout noise. I stand strongly against it. I don't even trade candlestick theory because I think it's too noisy at the 1 minute time frame. You're talking like the 2 point time frame. That's noise of noise. I don't think it's possible unless you are just that one guy that can do it. Yeah, it's 40 years of like burning your strategy into your brain where it's just second nature. Yeah. That's what a lifetime of excelling at something does. It's something only you can do. No one else can. Ramiz, everybody go to this link. I'll answer your questions there. Give me like 5 minutes to start the show and then I'll answer y'all's questions there.